Actually doubting me right now, boss? Every single word I said is the absolute truth. There are just way too many chests here. We have to open a ton of them before anyone else to find those fragments and the crossbow. Lu Fan pops the chest and bright light erupts. What is this? Tianlong leans in completely eager. Wow, your luck is insane. You just pulled the second legendary artifact. Looks like that heavy crossbow isn't too far out of our reach now. The item window flashes up. The magic bandstone seal. It's a legendary consumable that only works while you are inside the God Ruin's secret realm. Once activated, it immediately drops a massive restriction domain covering a full 5 kilometers around you. Nobody trapped inside that zone can use any skills whatsoever. And while it's active, you just trigger the stone seal one more time to instantly wipe out the entire restriction effect. And just like the charm, if the player carries this outside the specific zone, the item will completely disappear into thin air. Seeing a wild golden aura suddenly burst out, Lu Fan looks completely surprised. Wait, there's more. A glowing scroll slowly floats right up into the air. He grabs it tight. Weapon enchantment breakthrough. The scroll's info text pops right up in front of him. Weapon enchantment breakthrough. Another legendary consumable. This bad boy lets you actually upgrade a legendary quality weapon past its normal limits. The catch success rate is only 25%, but if it works, that weapon becomes insanely overpowered. Alright, let's jump right in. Tyler kissed up to him, saying rare scrolls and enhanced classes rarely ever gave a success rate over 20%. He told young Master Luke he was beyond lucky, insanely good fortune. He thought about the legendary breakthrough weapon. Luckily, his sword and bow were both legendary tier. He was constantly using his god bone armor anyway, but upgrading the dark snake bow wouldn't hurt. Even if the upgrade completely failed, he wouldn't lose his gear. When he activated it, the system confirmed the enchantment and weapon breakthrough were used. Tyler cheered out loud, screaming that the breakthrough was a total success. The stats popped up. Dark Snake Dragon Roar Bow Legendary Plus, tier requiring absolutely 0 level to equip. The enchantment removed the level cap, upgraded the quality, and broke through the weapon's limits. Strength jumped from 591 to 1182 plus 315 from the enchantment. Agility boosted from 756 to 1512, adding 213. As a secondary weapon, equipping this bad boy boosts all of his stats by a solid 10 to 30%. The special effect transforms all Dark Snake arrows directly into Dragon Roar arrows. The Dragon Roar doesn't consume real arrows as they are purely magic projectiles. Uncharged attacks now deal an extra 45% armor-piercing damage, scaling directly off the user's base agility and strength stats. If he charges the shot for a full 3 seconds, he can fire a Dragon Roar arrow with a massive 500% damage boost. Luke analyzed the situation. The weapon's base stats were basically hidden now, but that 30% overall stat boost was insane. It would make his god bone armor a whole lot stronger in an actual fight. Plus, the Dragon Roar arrows carry a 45% armor-piercing effect based on his stats. That is 45% of a literal million. Those elite families would never expect him to have a weapon that rivals the heavy god-hunting crossbow. A sharp chime rang out, and his heart filled with pure excitement. It was the treasure map system. Could this really be the big one? Luke tapped the chest icon right on his screen, and text popped up. Congratulations, Luke, your new treasure map has just been officially issued. He knew this was a godly tier treasure map, something incredibly rare. Meanwhile, right behind him, Tyler was sneakily reaching out to touch the chest. Tyler pulled something straight out of the wooden box and quietly hid it behind his back. Young Master Luke, it is getting late. Shouldn't we pitch a tent and rest? But Luke simply replied, no rest needed. We keep collecting fragments tonight. Tyler was totally shocked. No sleep. The map info showed the God Ruin dungeon, which was a harsh level 100 to 120 zone. Luke gave a firm order. Stop wasting time and tell me where to find a lake with white bones in this dungeon. Tyler reported back saying he knew the spot, but it was at least a 2-day trek. He added that Luke's progress was already insanely fast. Normally, it takes over half a month to find the tournament winner in the God Ruin dungeon, so there was really no need to rush like this. Luke was feeling impatient. I can't wait 2 days, we are leaving right now. He walked ahead, dropping a final instruction. If you spot any treasure chests on the way, tell me immediately. Tyler scrambled frantically from behind, yelling for young Master Luke to wait a second. He struggled to sprint after Luke. 2 whole days later, they were still hiking toward that exact location. He walked and thought deeply. Since that ancient god bone battle, he had collected 3 godly treasure maps. But get this, even Black Rat, an expert dungeon hunter, had absolutely no clue where any of these spots were. If this map points inside the dungeon, he absolutely has to grab it. Tyler didn't know how to fly otherwise, the trip wouldn't have taken 2 days. But to be fair, Tyler did help him find dozens of treasure chests along the way. He had already secured 5 fragments. Tyler called out from behind, letting young Master Luke know that they had finally arrived at the exact spot. Right in front of them was the God-ruined Bone Lake. Luke felt it looked exactly like the location on his treasure map. Luke ordered Tyler to stay put. "I will go alone from here. You rest up, but if you even think about running away, you know what happens." Tyler slumped down to rest, saying he understood completely. "I can't fly, so you would definitely catch me. I promise I am not going anywhere. Look at me, how could I even run?" As Luke approached the lake, a notification popped up, saying he was close to the map's target. Luke figured the treasure was at the bottom, so diving in was his only option. Suddenly, he stopped in his tracks, hearing some weird noises. A fierce battle was raging up ahead. They were fighting hard, shouting at a giant ape that it was dead meat, yelling to shut up and kill it. Their monster info popped up. It was a Bone Lake giant crocodile, a brutal level 120 beast with a fatal bite attack. The giant crocodile randomly lunges at its target, biting wildly up to 30 times. Every single hit deals 10% damage and applies a nasty bleeding effect. Then there is the death roll. When the crocodile attacks a bleeding target, it instantly triggers this devastating and deadly rolling maneuver. Each full roll shreds 20% of the target's max health, while completely refreshing that awful bleeding status effect on them. It also has iron armor defense, making the crocodile immune to armor piercing while boosting its defense by 100% for 1 minute. Plus, every incoming attack extends this armor duration by 10 seconds. Sean shouted out a warning. "Now watch closely." The Vance family's Dragon Tamer was coming. He yelled to finish the fight quickly before that guy ruined everything. He was fighting in his level 110 Crane Mage form, alongside a Western Sect fighter who was using a level 110 Diamond Ape form. The Western Sect giant ape fighter responded quickly. He wanted to hold off the giant crocodile in close combat, telling the other two to go block the intruder. "Hey, you want to team up earlier? Deal with that Vance family kid, and we will officially form an alliance right here." Leon, the Western Sect's level 110 Crane Mage, agreed to the team up completely, flipping on his previous stance. "They want a blood oath from me," Lu Fan thought. "Well, you and I know he definitely just crashed their little party." Qing Feng and the Ape Jin gang were already introduced, but this dark mage, this was their very first time crossing paths. Liang Chang summoned his power. Honestly, a level 65 summoner class inside the God Ruins realm. That is basically just begging to get totally destroyed. Bone Reconstruction. The system info popped up. This skill scatters dark magic across the nearby skeletons, temporarily bringing them back to life. And of course, the caster controls every single move they make. The higher the spirit stat goes, the more undead skeletons he can manipulate at once. Qing Feng called out quickly. "Look at that big gorilla. I told you this dark mage kept a hidden trick up his sleeve. Absolutely unbelievable." Jin Gang was completely unfazed. "So what? If he tries playing dirty, I am going to crush him anyway." Lu Fan finally realized the truth. He almost thought this guy could actually summon inside the God Ruins. Turns out he is just a bone controller class. No wonder he desperately needed to find strong allies. Liang Chang made his bold declaration. "Hey kid, time to feel a level 100 god power. It completely destroys any standard summoner class." He ordered his newly built skeleton army to charge right forward. Lu Fan just smirked, his interest fully sparked. "Now this is getting interesting. All right then, let us see exactly how pathetically weak your little allies really are." Inside the God Ruins, Hu Chang and Liang Cheng suddenly felt a terrible sense of incoming dread. "What exactly do you mean by that?" Lu Fan's eyes flashed with absolute cold-blooded cruelty. The entire skeleton army was instantly blown away by Lu Fan's overwhelming power. Seeing this brutal display, Liang Cheng screamed in absolute panic. A single devastating punch blasted straight through his opponent's chest. The system flashed. Divine Bone Descent. This skill only works when wearing the Divine Bone Gauntlets. Activating it grants invisible gauntlets that take up 0 gear slots, completely boosting all of his base stats by 300%. Liang Cheng coughed up a huge mouthful of dark toxic blood, while the other two watched in total shock. Meanwhile, the sleeping Tian Lang felt the ground fiercely shaking. "What is going on?" Lu Fan gave a cold reminder. Making allies is completely useless right now, because the final winner here is going to be me. Fresh blood sprayed violently from Liang Cheng's broken body before he completely collapsed right in front of Lu Fan. As he slammed into the dirt, a heavy cloud of dust exploded upwards. Jin Gang was totally stunned. He died just like that. Let us be real. Qing Fang had the right idea running away. This kid is too dangerous. Jin Gang was completely speechless. Are you kidding me? As a massive crocodile started chasing him, he desperately backed away. Damn it, my luck is just absolutely terrible today. Lu Fan locked his eyes on the fleeing Qing Fang. You really think you can escape? As the deadly scythe flew forward, system data flashed. The chain scythe armor quickly shoots out a hooked blade, dealing massive piercing damage, while violently dragging the target straight back to the user. He whipped his deadly scythe toward the remaining target. There is one guy left, and you are definitely not getting away either. Qing Fang got violently yanked straight out of the sky. Jin Gang stared back in pure disbelief. What the hell? His flying partner was just dragged forcefully down right into him. Qing Fang desperately yelled. This is really bad, big gorilla. Just run away. We are entirely doomed. By the time Lu Fan finally caught up to them, Jin Gang had reverted to his human form. He clutched his injured leg and screamed loudly. My leg! Qing Fang desperately threw his hands up. Stop right there. Just spare us. We promise we are not going to run anymore. Lu Fan just smirked coldly. Sparing you is totally fine. Just hand over the fragments, give up the divine liquid like he did, and pledge to fight for me. Tian Lang came sprinting over in a total panic. Young Master Lu, what exactly happened here? I definitely heard sounds of a massive fight just now. The two defeated men immediately started judging him. Tian Lang, where is your royal dignity? Submitting like a dog this fast? Tian Lang barked right back. Like you losers have any right to judge me. Just look at the pathetic state you guys are in. Do you seriously still not understand his terrifying strength? He is absolutely not just level 65. The guy is at least level 119, Lu Fan calmly interrupted. You know, raw level numbers are definitely not the only way to measure real strength. Qing Fang nervously spoke up again. If we hand over our fragments and help you claim the final victory, you will spare our lives. You are not going to break your promise, right? Right beside him, Jin Gang shakily pointed a finger off into the distance. Just look over there. A massive crocodile came charging aggressively forward as the system flashed a fatal bite warning. The giant crocodile randomly lunges at its target, delivering 30 devastating bites. Each successful strike inflicts 10% raw damage, while stacking up a nasty continuous bleeding status effect. Jin Gang screamed in sheer terror. Hu Chang's giant crocodile is actually here. Lu Fan completely ignored it and nodded. Of course. I represent the Ye family, so I always keep my word. Suddenly, the giant crocodile's entire body was brutally ripped in half. The system interface quickly flashed red. Fatal bite attack successfully interrupted. Divine bone descent. Again, this only triggers with the right gauntlets. It instantly summons spectral divine armor that takes 0 equipment slots while skyrocketing his baseline power by a massive 300%. Watching that monster get totally shredded, Jin Gang's face went perfectly pale. And honestly, you and I would be panicking just as hard as Qing Fang is right now. Tian Lang smirked smugly at the two losers. I warned you guys, did I not? Lu Fan just sighed. I almost completely forgot about this giant annoying crocodile. You guys wanted to hunt this beast down, so where exactly is the treasure chest it was guarding? Qing Fang thought to himself in absolute terror. This monster one-shot the beast we spent hours fighting. Does that mean when he attacked us earlier, he was completely holding back his true power? Jin Gang immediately slammed his head onto the ground. The chest is deep inside the lake. Thank you for sparing us, young Master Lu. Please totally forgive our absolute ignorance. Tian Lang was stunned to see the proud fighter submit so incredibly fast. He shifted his gaze right over to the last remaining holdout, Qing Fang. All right, you and I are diving into pure chaos. Luke just looks at him. Glad you understand. And Yushan hands over his fragment. I get it too, boss. My piece is all yours. Lee steps up and offers his fragment, totally submitting to Luke. Please take mine as well, King says, handing his over. We are just like Tyler here. We will help you win this entire secret realm. 3 fragments secured. Smart choice. If they had joined the Nelson family squad instead, they would have ended up dead like that giant crocodile over there. The system immediately chimes in 2 God-ruined secret realm key fragments successfully acquired. God Ruin Realm progress 7 out of 13 fragments, 0 out of 1 keys. But then Luke notices something. Wait a second. Speaking of Tyler, where exactly did that guy wander off to just now? Tyler's dark laughter echoes as he pulls a massive heavy crossbow out of a chest. You are pathetic, he sneers. Calling you boss, Luke, this whole time. Did you honestly think I was actually bowing down to serve you? The item details suddenly pop up. It is the God-hunting heavy crossbow legendary quality. Remaining arrows exactly 3. While equipped inside the God Ruin Realm, a single arrow from this weapon instantly kills any target with less than 2 million durability points. Absolute instant death. If the user steps outside this God Ruin Realm, the weapon automatically vanishes. Tyler bursts out laughing. You really didn't see this coming, did you? I knew exactly which chest had the divine weapon from the very start. I just used you to clear out those vicious monsters. The system suddenly updates. The God-hunting heavy crossbow is fully loaded. Remaining arrows drop down to 2. He completely drops the act, radiating arrogance. I am the lucky one here. From this moment on, I am the absolute ruler of this God Ruin Realm. The two guys behind Luke panic, completely terrified. A massive crocodile guarding it, and now he has the God-hunting crossbow. This is absolutely disastrous. If only we got here first and killed that giant beast. But Luke, he isn't surprised at all. I knew you would betray us, eventually, Luke says calmly. At first I figured you might run off and join the Nelson family. But looking at you now, you are just a pure idiot. You really think having that heavy crossbow matters? You think that makes you the master of this realm? You really think you can fight me? Tyler just scoffs, practically drunk on his own power. Oh, Dragon Tamer, you are way too full of yourself right now. Did you honestly believe I'd tag along with you without preparing a backup plan? Sean suddenly realizes the truth. Wait a second, he only has 3 arrows for that thing, Sean says. Tyler is way too confident. King quickly urges him to spit it out. Wait, what? Just say it. Tyler tosses 5 fragments into the air. Grinning. I snagged all of these right from the treasure chests you guys found. Big shock, huh? Every single one of those treasure chests contained parts for the God-hunting crossbow. I planned for this exact moment from the very beginning. The system updates again. The crossbow is fully assembled. The remaining arrows suddenly jump from 2 all the way to 61. Sean completely panics. We are dead. He has got over 60 instant kill arrows right now. King is sweating buckets. It is totally over. Even if he just fires blindly, a single hit means instant death. Luke finally has the exact answer for Tyler's weird suspicious behavior from earlier today. So when Luke was checking the map, Tyler was pocketing ammo. Now, watch this. Tyler levels the massive heavy crossbow directly at Luke's chest. Kid, I might have lied about a few things, Tyler smirks, but I wasn't joking about this God-hunting weapon's absolute power. Durability under 2 million means certain death. Nobody can block this arrow. The bolt fires with terrifying explosive firepower, blazing straight toward its target. Luke leaps out of the way. Sean struggles to stay standing. Nobody can survive that kind of power. But Luke just stands there perfectly calm. Tyler, you just made a massive mistake. Tyler doesn't care. He aims the crossbow right at Luke and fires again. Just die. A barrage of system alerts flood the screen as Tyler unloads the weapon. The God-hunting crossbow is ready. Remaining arrows drop down to 58. Some low-tier family brat is not going to walk all over me, Luke violently twists and dodges as every single explosive bolt flies past. Luke glances down. His armor is literally melting from a near miss. Tyler then targets the other 2 guys. A massive deafening explosion rocks the area, sending terrifying flames skyrocketing into the air. King struggles to breathe. Sean, we need to run right now. Even Luke is hurt. Sean nods frantically. Under this heavy barrage, there is no way Luke can hold out forever. Tyler just keeps firing the heavy crossbow like a maniac. Keep dodging, kid. I have got the ultimate ammo for this weapon. Fully loaded, another glowing, blinding arrow blasts forward, leaving Tyler completely thrilled with his power. This legendary weapon truly lives up to its name. Oh, Luke, there won't even be ashes left of you when I am totally done. With this ultimate divine weapon in my hands, even Mason from the elite families wouldn't stand a chance against me. Tyler lands hard, turning his murderous gaze toward the other 2. As for you guys, I have absolutely no reason to keep you around. From what I just heard, it sounds like you, Sean, also knew those treasure chests had crossbow parts hidden inside, didn't you? Sean and King back away, totally terrified. Boss Tyler, please, you really don't need to do this, just calm down for a second. He just points the deadly crossbow right at their faces. Let's see if I can loot some extra arrows off your dead bodies. The two are practically shaking in pure terror. I wasn't thinking straight earlier. That is the only reason I submitted to him. We can definitely help you. We will help you fight both the Nelson and Mason families. Boss Tyler, please. I am begging you, we have never had any bad blood before. Just spare our lives. All right, you and I are watching something wild. Lu Fan's voice drops like ice. You haven't killed me yet, so why change targets? I told you before, you are just purely stupid. Even if I handed you 100 more arrows, you still wouldn't be able to put a single scratch on me. The system screen flashes. The divine aura is actively using two completely different types of God core power, swapping between the light and dark armor sets. The divine aura has completely transformed his light armor into something totally broken. Tian Lang freezes in pure shock. You're still alive. Lu Fan holds a grudge. You damaged my armor, so now you have to die. The item info pops up. Light armor. Restores 1% max health every time. Basic attacks now deal bonus holy damage, and that extra damage scales directly off his spirit stat. Absolutely overpowered. Tian Lang desperately aims the crossbow back at him. Just dumb luck. Nobody survives a hit from this God Hunter crossbow. This next arrow is guaranteed to put you in the ground. Right before the arrow pierces Lu Fan, he literally catches it barehanded. It stops mere inches from his face. Tian Lang's entire reality shatters. What? Meanwhile, the other two guys are watching their whole worldview get completely flipped upside down. He scoffs. The power on this thing is honestly pathetic. You guided me for days and you seriously thought my durability was under 2 million. What a joke. Item details flash. The Astral Dragon Taming Halo actively channels the raw power flowing through the Astral Dragon bloodline. Astral Dragon Halo acquired. Every 10 seconds it triggers a massive buff, boosting his attribute power by a full 100%. Unused buffs do not stack for the next round. Tian Lang stands there completely unable to process what just happened. Barehanded. That is literally impossible, Lu Fan reminds him coldly. In this secret zone, the one calling the shots is not your God Hunter crossbow, it is me. He pulls out a brand new weapon, Divine Bone Descent. This extreme power can only be activated while equipping the Divine Bone Gauntlets. Once unleashed, the Divine Bone Gauntlets manifest. They take up 0 equipment slots while boosting all stats by a staggering 300%. Lu Fan adds, only me. A system notification chimes in. The Astral Dragon Taming Halo initialization is finally complete. Tian Lang stares blankly as an ice arrow rockets toward him. My luck is just terrible. A massive explosion erupts, sending thick smoke everywhere. The ground is blown into a deep crater, leaving only a single solitary item behind. Lu Fan walks over, picks it up, and flips through the pages. This was on Tian Lang. Looks like he scored way more than just the heavy crossbow from that treasure chest. Stopping at a specific entry, Lu Fan freezes. The journal reads, May 20th, year 211, clearing the extreme north region just like any other normal day. On the white tundra, there was only bone-chilling, cold, and endless freezing winds. Unexpectedly, on this exact day, I encountered a dragon from the legends. This massive beast appeared out of nowhere. With just a single breath, it instantly drained the life out of every living thing in its path. It also completely turned this wasteland into an absolute forbidden zone, where no human could ever survive. Lu Fan is genuinely stunned. To think this notebook actually contains solid intel about real dragons. Looking closely at the description written here, the magic that beast used sounds exactly like the legendary wrath of the Ice Dragon King. It must be an ice dragon. If he can just track down the specific monster mentioned in these pages, tame it, and his overall combat power will absolutely jump to a whole new tier. After clearing this secret zone, it might be worth taking a trip back to the extreme north. Lu Fan drops down in front of the surviving duo. As for these two, he swings out his scythe. The Armor Scythe. When the Dragon King armor activates its true defensive state, it splits into razor-sharp hooks that fire at the target at blinding speed. This deals massive piercing damage and drags them straight to the user in a split second. The chains tightly wrap around Jin Gang's neck, and Qing Feng cannot escape either. He asks coldly, Do you guys have any last words left to say? Qing Feng desperately tries to negotiate. All our key fragments and supplies are yours, just please leave us a way to live. Dead men hold absolutely zero value to you, right? He speaks with firm resolve. Lu Fan, today I Yuan Jin Gang admit defeat. If you want to kill me or slice me up, just do it. But if you spare my life, my Yuan family owes you a massive favor. In the future, through mountains of blades or seas of fire, I will never refuse you. Now, you and I both know that's not enough. He replies unimpressed. You really think relying on these empty promises is going to move me? Qing Feng replies quickly. If you want to take our lives, it is as easy as flipping your hand. But if you show mercy, we are probably way more useful to you alive than we are dead. Amused, Lu Fan asks what they can offer. So Qing Feng lays out his terms. Whatever your reason is, as long as you can let us survive, we will willingly agree to absolutely anything. Seeing the heavy crossbow suddenly placed into Qing Feng's hands, Jin Gang is totally shocked. He actually gave this thing back to us. Isn't he afraid we will betray him? Qing Feng snaps back. You think he is like you, only knowing how to think with your damn muscles. The fact he dared to hand over the God Hunter crossbow just proves that whatever else he is hiding is far more terrifying. If you want to get yourself killed, do not drag me down with you. Jin Gang sighs heavily. I get it, no need to remind me. Stick with me here. When will these suffocating days end, and what exactly is that guy up to in the center of the lake? Tyler concludes they aren't exactly focused on keeping the peace. Meanwhile, you and I are about to witness something epic. Luke cracks open a chest. Brilliant golden light floods the area. We have finally reached the exact location marked on the treasure map. A massive wave of system notifications pops up. He just secured the Fierce Dragon Warrior's relic, the Golden Dragon King's leg guards. This activates a 4 out of 5 set bonus. All stats plus his level multiplied by a whopping 50. Loot acquired. He gets 1 minion contract skill book, 1 level removal enchantment scroll, and to top it all off, 1 weapon breakthrough enchantment scroll. Talk about an absolutely insane drop rate. Luke sighs disappointed. No dragon egg, obviously. Still pulling these kinds of perks every single time he opens a chest. Not too shabby. Item details flash on the screen. The level removal enchantment. Epic rarity. It is a consumable item that completely wipes out the level of a target prop or piece of gear. He stares at the glowing scroll. Wait a minute. There is another map attached. Weapon breakthrough enchantment scroll. Legendary plus tier. Absolute top tier. This consumable triggers a breakthrough for legendary plus weapons. The catch. A 25% success rate. But if it succeeds, that weapon evolves into something on a completely different level of power. Luke realizes something huge. Hold on. He can use this to upgrade his main weapon, the Meteor Flame Sword. No time to waste. He has to try this insane gamble right now. The blade in his hand erupts with terrifying power. The system chimes in. 1 flowing light essence successfully acquired. Luke is stunned. It transformed into an invisible sword. Now his attacks can be completely unpredictable. Total freedom in combat. He notices the floating book right beside him and gasps. The Minion Contract. Minion Contract. Rare quality. A Beast Tamer class skill book. Once activated, it forces any target to completely transform into your personal loyal minion. Absolutely busted. The duration of this minion state. It completely depends on the total stat gap between the caster and their unlucky target. The bigger the gap, the longer it lasts, though the effect can wear off. Luke grabs it, ready to turn wild beasts and even other class users into his own personal army. This skill is totally game-breaking. He ponders for a second, just wondering how crazy the actual effects will be. Luke heads back to hurry the group. Tyler catches on quickly. Are we moving out soon? He drops an offer. Before we leave, I will give you both a buff that makes you completely unmatched in this dungeon. What do you say? Are you in? Mason looks surprised. What kind of buff is that? Overpowered Luke looks totally mysterious, a slight smirk on his face. Intrigued, both of them immediately agree to the deal. Time for a brutal blood-soaked killing spree. After slaughtering their targets, Mason vents his anger. That damn Luke bossing me around like some servant. Just wait until my leg heals up. I swear I will fight him for real blade to blade. No holding back next time. Tyler sighs at his buddy's sheer ignorance. Look, even if your leg heals, he could still crush you like a tiny bug. Save your breath. Let's just focus on staying alive for now. Luke steps in, correcting him. Who called you a servant? This right here is an active partnership, completely different from the Dark Mage's incredibly fragile little alliances. Look at it this way. Thanks to the contract, all your experience points feed straight to me. In just a few short days, I hit level 70. Only one key fragment left to go. Mason scoffs back at him. Yeah, sure there are benefits, but you are the only one getting them. Luke calls him out. Your efficiency is terrible right now. Tyler just took down 7 of them, so why are you still stuck at 5? Mason practically curses at him. I am a close combat class. If you think it is so easy, do it yourself. Luke turns his attention right to Tyler. And you, why are you only hunting low-level monsters? You haven't killed a single thing over level 100 yet. Are your skills really that bad? Tyler defends himself. Just terrible luck. I keep running into total garbage mobs. Luke finally gets it. Ah, so you just haven't stumbled across any high-tier beasts yet. If that is the case, I will summon a level 120 boss for you guys later. That will save you the hassle of searching. Mason instantly rejects the offer. No thanks, we will find them ourselves. I promise my level will end up higher. Tyler politely chimes in too. Please don't worry about us. We can handle our own battles just fine. Now here is where you and I need to pay attention. Luke shrugs. Fine by me. I just hate seeing people deal with bad luck. He pries open the chest, hoping to finally score that very last missing key fragment. Spotting the key fragment resting inside, he literally cheers out loud. His crazy good luck is truly unstoppable right now. He obtained 1 Divine Decree key fragment. For the Divine Ruins dungeon, he officially holds 13 out of 13 required fragments. Luke lets out a deep breath. Finally, he can forge the complete Divine Decree key. Right at that moment, the entire ground violently shakes, spotting a massive energy crash in the distance. Mason cannot hold back his shock. What the hell is going on? A blinding pillar of light shoots straight into the sky. Someone just teleported in. Luke goes on high alert. Another player already synthesized their key before him. He mutters to himself, I have to find the Divine Decree's location before they do. Luke quickly barks orders. You guys head towards that northeast light pillar. I will cover the closest area right here. He takes off instantly. Keep your comms open. Report any weird movements immediately. The 2 subordinates nod and obey the command. Understood, we got it covered. 2 hours later, inside the desolate Divine Ruins Valley, a stranger is already waiting. The guy turns around and glares at Luke. Where did you come from, you little brat? Stick with me, this is where it gets wild. The guy yells, you don't belong here. Get lost or I will hack you up. Lu Fan pulls out his weapon, having just snatched the level 1 Divine Pool key. The guy is totally stunned. A key. He scoffs, lucky kid, so you actually formed the key. This guy shapeshifts, but you and I know how this goes. He declares the shiny key is his. But Lu Fan casually tosses the key right at the magic array, which instantly shatters into tiny pieces. The enemy goes completely wild, screaming to leave the key. Our guy just sighs. It looks like the Divine Pool isn't actually hidden here. Now, Lu Fan finally settles the score with this loudmouth monster. The beast gets slashed hard by his brutal Judgment Claws attack. The twin claws of the Golden Dragon King ignite into blazing yellow flames. The next 2 dual claw strikes pack crazy bonus damage, turning 20% of his total durability straight into pure unstoppable attack power. Lu Fan just turns and casually walks away. He has already arrived at the secret realm, the Divine Ruins Reincarnation Lake. His boots hit the water, but he does not sink. It is actually a solid lake. He suddenly remembers what Qing Feng told him before. Secret realms always have these very bizarre locations, like the Shadow Forest where skill use is totally banned, or this reincarnation lake. Here, if you die, you just keep respawning at the bottom of the lake. Only death can activate the flow of this magical water. A spark of joy hits him. This is actually pretty interesting. Lu Fan pulls out the key, knowing he cannot delay things any longer. Wait, bright sparks suddenly appear right behind him. A massive blast of fire slams into his back, sending his entire body flying backward. Ning Shuang appears from the smoke. I finally found you, Lu Fan. Our hero is just annoyed. Of course he runs into her in a place like this. She glares at him and proudly declares, Today I will use your blood as a sacrifice for my little brother in heaven. She activates her fierce firepower, the Burning Feather Dance. Burning Feather Dance blasts out hundreds of feather blades from her wings, instantly igniting with divine fire. These sharp feathers automatically track any enemies in the surrounding area, and the second they land a direct hit, they trigger massive chain explosions. Wild flames erupt from her body in every direction, the raging fire scorching everything around them. But Lu Fan stays perfectly calm. Is this tiny bit of heat all you have? That obvious insult drives Ning Shuang completely crazy and she screams at him. Phoenix Wing. Slash, go to hell. She pushes the phoenix fire into her wings, charging it to the absolute maximum level. In a flash, she unleashes 2 crossing crescent moon slashes. This attack packs massive armor-piercing force and an incredibly huge area of pure lethal damage. Lu Fan quickly pulls out his sharp sickle, immediately launching himself straight at his raging opponent. His body moves like water, smoothly dodging those wild attacks. He shoots forward like a fired arrow, and the freezing cold aura, radiating from Lu Fan, completely rips apart the raging fire. Ning Shuang panics and jumps backward. Seeing him about to drop a massive slash, she screams out for help. Luo Lixiu. A giant web drops right onto Lu Fan, slowly tightening around him. What is this? Well, stick with me. Lu Fan instantly guesses its dark origin. Poison silk. Lixiu's voice echoes out from the dark shadows ahead. Got him, he smirks as a sharp spider leg violently stabs into the ground. That is Luo Lixiu, a level 100 Prajna demon spider from the western region. Ning Shuang clutches her bleeding arm and mutters in shock. I never expected a guy fighting totally solo to actually have this kind of terrifying strength. She goes quiet for a second, thinking hard. Then Ning Shuang stands up tall and declares, I will personally kill him right now. Lixiu immediately stops her. We cannot make a move here. Killing someone in Reincarnation Lake means absolutely nothing. She agrees. Fine, then drag him out of the lake. First I want to slice him apart. Lu Fan smirks casually. Such a nice spot. I am not planning on leaving. He completely shreds that sticky spider web to pieces. Lu Fan instantly dashes at his enemies. He grabs Ning Shuang tightly by the throat, forcing a panicking Lixiu to attack. Shuang, watch out. He fires heavenly binding poison web, shooting countless spider threads fully loaded with deadly neurotoxins. This traps the target over a massive area, immediately dropping their total movement speed down by 70%. The web's venom drains health points over time. The effect counts as natural poisoning, so it bypasses normal defenses instead of acting like a direct damage attack. Her body flares up with wildfire blazing right in front of Lixiu. But Lu Fan is completely fine. You really thought you could burn me? Too bad this heat is not even enough to warm me up. A burst of Lu Fan's power slices straight through Ning Shuang's neck. Lixiu screams out her name in absolute horror. A giant vortex forms right under the lake's surface, and her lifeless body drops into the water. Lu Fan instantly figures out her plan. She is using the lake to reform her physical body. What an interesting little rule. Lixiu sighs in relief. Thank God for this reincarnation lake. Otherwise, how could I ever explain this mess to the Ning family? Her hand suddenly shoots up from under the water. Ning Shuang is revived. She blasts him with red sun fire, compressing the intense flame energy deep inside her body. This crazy move violently boosts her own fire temperature by over 300%. All bonus fire attacks now deal 200% pure true damage. It also has a huge chance to apply a deadly burning effect to the target. This causes massive continuous damage and slashes his healing efficiency by 50%. But another brutal slash strikes her right back. Lixiu is absolutely stunned. She could not even take a single hit. Ning Shuang is forced to soak in the lake once again, while the fierce firepower around her violently erupts. He ruthlessly drops one more slash, knocking her out cold, right into the water. All right, you and I are watching a real masterpiece here. Luke actually praises her determination. I love the stubbornness. Like a moth flying straight into an inferno. But how many deaths will it take to completely break you? Leo just cannot stomach this anymore. Enough, he screams out. A massive spiderweb shoots right out of his palm. The system notification pops up: Toxic Heaven Spiderweb. It fires off countless sticky threads, packed with a lethal neurotoxin. It latches onto targets over a massive area, instantly slashing movement speed by 70%. The web's nasty poison continuously eats away at HP over time. And the craziest part, the effect counts as natural poisoning, rather than a direct attack, totally bypassing standard damage reflection. Luke finally turns back to him. Oh right, I almost forgot about you. A brutal sickle pierces straight through him. The armored ninja sickle launches its hook at the target with insane speed, dealing massive piercing damage. Then in a split second, it violently drags the victim right in front of the user. Leo violently coughs up blood, his face turning pale. His entire body is sliced clean in half, sending his broken corpse plunging right into the lake below. Luke just smirks casually at the carnage, while eerie bubbles begin rising to the lake's surface. The two of them gasp as they break the water's surface. Standing above, Luke taunts them. No need to thank me. I am standing right here, so you do not have to waste energy climbing all the way back up. Feeling totally insulted, Nancy turns and screams Luke, but she is instantly impaled again. The armored ninja blade strikes with blinding speed, dealing heavy piercing damage to all targets in melee range. Oh, and it completely ignores 45% of the target's armor defense. Against an already injured target, that damage spikes by a massive 99% from the attack source. Luke chillingly reminds them, this is only just the beginning. Leo cannot escape his brutal punishment. Both of them are repeatedly skewered by the hook over and over, until he finally screams in total despair. Enough. We surrender right now. Whatever you want us to do, we will agree to it. Nancy's face turns completely red with absolute fury. You absolute demon, she curses. Luke looks visibly disappointed. I actually thought you guys could play with me a bit longer. Reaching your limits already, this is just way too boring. Suppressing her rage, she demands. What exactly do we have to do for you to finally end this? He casually replies, sparing you is obviously fine. Just hand over the keys you are carrying. If you do, I will actually let one of you walk away from this place alive. Nancy looks completely stunned by this. Keys? We don't even have a complete key. Leo panics. We only have 6 fragments. We just came here to try our luck. Luke frowns, thinking to himself. The key isn't on them. Looks like I tracked down the wrong people. Leo desperately offers up the fragments. Everything is right here. Please, I am begging you, just spare our lives. In the distance, 2 beams of light completely shatter. Luke mutters to himself, 2 more lights destroyed. Time is seriously running out now. So he immediately uses his hook, wrapping it around both of their bodies and hoisting them up. Being dragged away, Leo panics. Wait, what are you doing? Both of them scream at him. Are you seriously going back on your word, you despicable coward? Luke replies calmly, I keep my promises. But like I said, between the two of you, I can only let one person go. He forces the ultimate choice. Between you two, who leaves and who stays? Nancy scoffs, glaring at the man beside her. She suddenly recalls his earlier promise. Uncle Nelson, I will follow all your arrangements. Rest assured, Uncle. On this dangerous trip to the secret realm, I will absolutely guarantee Nancy's safety. Luke coldly interrupts her thoughts. If neither of you wants to speak, then I will just send both of you to the afterlife. That seems perfectly fair. Heavy sweat immediately pours down Leo's terrified face. He is finally forced to make the ultimate choice. Leo begs, let me go, I absolutely cannot die here. Nancy's face instantly darkens upon hearing his cowardly choice. Luke smirks. Looks like you have made your decision. Feeling guilty, Leo stammers. If I die here, the Lawson family is finished. Nancy, I am so sorry. Besides, the ones with a grudge against Luke are your Nelson family. My Lawson family never wanted any part in this muddy mess anyway. Nancy, you have to understand my position, right? She cuts him off. Shut up, Leo. The luckiest thing in my entire life is that I haven't married you yet. Luke just laughs at the drama. You and I both knew their political marriage was just a useless piece of paper anyway. Now it is time for me to keep my promise. The heavy chain suddenly releases, and Leo goes into a terrifying free fall. He desperately grabs a section of the chain and screams, Luke, you explicitly promised not to kill me. You cannot go back on your word. Leo shamelessly shifts the blame to Nancy. It is all her. Nancy is the one obsessed with getting revenge on you. I was literally just forced to help. Hearing this absolute betrayal, she furiously curses him. You pathetic coward. Luke adds a little extra insult. Is this really the fiancé you carefully chose for yourself? Your taste in men is terrible. Leo grits his teeth, listening to their brutal humiliation. Luke continues mocking him. I indeed agreed not to kill you. But if you fall to your death all by yourself, you really cannot blame me. His entire body plunges into the abyss below. There is absolutely nothing that can save this guy now. Leo's fading silhouette gets further and further away, shrinking into a tiny dot. Nancy feels the cold chains wrap tightly around her stomach, pulling backward. Without hesitation, Luke aggressively drags her straight down with him. When Nancy finally crashes into the ground, a massive shockwave erupts. Luke still grips the chain's end. All right, now it is your turn. She has suffered more than enough humiliation today. Luke, I swear, I will make you regret this. Intense firepower suddenly blazes up completely, engulfing the entire area. Luke decides to teach her a proper lesson. You still want to resist. A devastating magical array instantly crashes down right on top of Nancy. The retainer contract is brutal. Once activated, it completely transforms the targeted victim into an absolute obedient follower. How long does this follower state last? It completely depends on the massive stat gap between the caster and the actual target. The wider the gap, the longer it lasts. The conversion effect is totally overwhelming. Right now, Nora is drowning in absolute agony. Nora completely breaks down. What did you do to me? The contract takes full effect, locking her in for 3 entire years. Luke steps right up. All you have left is that glaring look, so why act so tough? Even if I actually did something to you, what could you possibly do besides just stare at me? Nora blushes hard. Completely furious and humiliated, she screams, "You beast, what are you planning?" She shuts her eyes tight desperately, begging him to just kill her already. Luke calmly pulls back his chains. Relax, I have zero interest in you anyway. He turns his back to leave. Just fend for yourself out here. Nora sits there in total shock. Is he seriously walking away like that? Hold on a second. If she goes back now, that fall definitely did not kill Larry. He tossed her aside to save himself, and he will absolutely twist the entire truth to cover his tracks. Her father has always blindly trusted Larry's family. If she tries to explain, there is absolutely no way anyone is going to believe her side. Her whole family will blame her. She realizes she has to survive and make it out of here. There is absolutely no way she will let them drag her name through the mud like this. All right, you and I are skipping to high noon. The Divine Ruin Dungeon. The Dark Poison Forest. Luke is already here. He flaps his wings, soaring right over the toxic mushroom forest. That massive mushroom down there is just spewing thick gas. He tilts his body and dodges instantly. But down below, nasty tentacles violently wrap right around Luke's leg. He quickly whips out his grappling hook. Those creepy tentacles are instantly sliced into tiny pieces as his bladed armor strikes out with lightning speed. The bladed armor deals heavy piercing damage to every single enemy within close range, completely ignoring 45% of their total defense stats. Plus, under this specific state, anyone who attacks him takes 99% of that damage right back. Luke lands hard on the ground. That giant pillar of light behind him is finally within reach. He completely ignored all those vicious monsters on the way here. He pulls out the key. 2 shining pillars of light. A straight 50% chance. Luke silently prays that he hits the jackpot this time. Glowing fragments explode and scatter all across the air inside the Divine Ruin Dungeon. System error. Current location is completely incorrect. Only one single spot remains now. He glares at that distant pillar of light. Damn it, this is the absolute last chance. His friends have to hold on no matter what, or else this whole insane effort is completely wasted. A sudden warning pops up. Follower Titan is at 10% health, trapped for 7 years. Follower Zephyr is also sitting at a critical 10% health. Trapped for 7 entire years too. He stares in pure shock. How in the world did their health drop to such a dangerously low level? Wait, a trap state. Did somebody actually overpower them? Meanwhile, over in the plain zone of the dungeon, Titan throws a massive punch and angrily curses out loud. Damn it, this glowing cage is absolutely impossible to smash open. Zephyr sits slumped on the dirt. Luke is taking way too long. Mason stands right in front of them. He is almost here. Right on cue, Luke lands perfectly. Luke frowns hard when he spots Mason waiting there. He gives a cold, polite nod. I have heard a lot about you, Dragon Master Luke. Mason is level 119, a 4th-tier Star Path expert from a major family. Luke glances at the dropped crossbow. So he did not even care about the god-hunting crossbow. His trapped friends desperately shout out. His starlight magic completely blocked out the heavy crossbow. That shield's durability has got to be over 2 million. My fists are literally completely numb. This guy is a total monster. Luke is confused. If his shield has 2 million durability, he definitely does not need the divine drop to reach the 5th tier. Mason, what exactly are you even doing out here? Mason just smirks back at him. I know exactly what is going through your head right now. Even though I am not a 5th-tier expert, yet my stats easily meet the requirements. Luke shoots back, then why the hell are you still trying to steal the divine drop from us? Mason casually replies, I am not waiting for the item. I am waiting for someone. Luke freezes up. Wait, is Mason's family actually stepping in to help Nora's family? Mason gestures with his hand. Fight me right now. Let us settle this for good. Whoever wins the item also dictates your friend's freedom. Luke does not rush in blindly. If you really want to fight, you need to give me a solid reason first. Mason just smirks at him. Beat me, and I will gladly tell you everything. The Star Ocean domain activates. He instantly deploys his domain. A massive wave of starlight completely engulfs the battlefield. Inside this zone, every enemy's movement speed drops by 50%. Attack power is slashed by 50%. And you constantly take heavy burning damage from the endless starlight. Plus, the caster can manipulate that starlight for massive omnidirectional attacks. The user also gains the Star Shield state. This insanely broken buff converts 60% of all incoming hits into pure starlight energy to absorb while reflecting the remaining 40% right back at the attacker. Luke is totally stunned. Is this the real power of the Star Path? Watch closely, because Mason strikes fast. He follows up with Meteor Shower, summoning a massive barrage to violently crush any trapped enemies. Every single one of those meteors deals 180% pure magic damage. The meteors crash down exactly where he is standing. Luke instantly whips out his trusty bladed armor sickle. Mason calmly traces a glowing circle in the air, and a massive shield materializes. The Star Vortex barrier surrounds him. You and I are about to see an insane showdown as more defensive layers instantly generate. All right, you and I are jumping right in. Every star orb automatically deflects one direct frontal attack, and if shattered, they regenerate in just 1 second. Lu Fan watches from below, clearly caught off guard. He activates his blade armor, firing off razor-sharp projectiles at absolute lightning speed. This deals heavy piercing damage to all close-range targets, completely ignoring 45% of their base defense. And get this, under this specific damage state, his total attack power gets a massive 99% boost. Absolutely insane scaling. But Murong Sheng, completely unimpressed, he deploys countless Star Fortress shields, actively mocking our guy. He laughs and asks, "Is this really all the skill you have?" He tells Lu Fan his undying starlight body hasn't taken a single scratch. In this domain, they just do not compare. Lu Fan analyzes the pattern. After every single block, the guy's very first reaction is always pulling back to create distance. It clearly takes him time to gather that starlight energy. So the play here, stay close and hit him until he literally cannot breathe. He activates his divine bone armor. The Dragon King's power fully manifests, transforming into dual heavy arm guards, locking right onto both of his wrists. This specific gear lets the user directly inherit the raw stats and the descent skill of the legendary Divine Bone Dragon King. Murong Sheng actually looks amused. External armor. He asks if Lu Fan really thinks that is enough to win. In response, Lu Fan instantly whips out his hooking scythes. Both blades shoot straight at the target. Lu Fan locks eyes with his opponent, dead serious, and blasts directly toward Murong Sheng. Murong Sheng is totally caught off guard. So fast, a heavy power-packed punch is already flying right at his face. Lu Fan yells out, wondering if it will just get blown to pieces again. Now, Murong Sheng realizes his starlight gathering simply cannot keep up. A system prompt pops up right as the fist connects. The Divine Bone Descent skill requires these specific arm guards to actually activate. Once fired, they do not even take up an equipment slot, and they boost his base stats by 300%. Murong Sheng eats the entire attack, screaming in pure agony. Lu Fan seemingly finishes the fight as heavy smoke billows up. But he stays perfectly on guard, wondering if it is actually over. Jin Gang watches in pure disbelief, asking if Murong Sheng seriously just died like that. Suddenly hands emerge from thin air, slow clapping. Murong Sheng calls the attack truly spectacular. All three of them immediately snap their heads toward the sound. Murong Sheng drops the praise, saying he has never met an opponent this strong. He admits if he did not have a resurrection stone, he would be completely dead right now. Now here is where you and I need to pay close attention. The system confirms the Divine Ruin Resurrection Stone is a consumable. Dying here triggers an automatic revival right at the exact death spot, consuming the item entirely. Qingfeng realizes he relied on that extra life. Murong Sheng stares Lu Fan down, declaring that he is exactly the guy he has been looking for. He throws out the challenge, demanding a real fight. Lu Fan figures out the guy wields the Star Dragon's power, meaning the Murong family is definitely hiding some massive dragon secrets. Murong Sheng gives a quick warning. That last exchange was just a warm-up, and things will not be nearly that easy moving forward. Lu Fan gets serious, promising to give him exactly what he wants. Without a single second of hesitation, Lu Fan charges right at his opponent. He winds up another massive punch, but his foot hits the ground and steps straight onto a light trap. The system screen flashes. Star Realm Corridor. When the caster targets a specific area, it instantly deploys a massive spatial teleportation zone, crafted entirely out of pure starlight. Any single target stepping into this teleportation zone, whether they are a friend, an enemy, or a completely neutral unit, gets forcefully teleported straight to a set backup coordinate chosen by the caster. Total battlefield control right there. Lu Fan yells out in shock. Murong Sheng stays totally calm, explaining that he already knows exactly how powerful those specific arm guards are. He guarantees Lu Fan will not be getting close this time. Crossing both of his hands together, he violently manifests a massive glowing ring of starlight. The meteor shower summons a dense storm of falling stars, raining pure destruction down on anyone caught inside the area. Every single meteor strike inflicts an insane 180% magic damage. Lu Fan pulls out his scythe again, slinging the heavy chain over his shoulder. He whips it forward, literally smashing those incoming meteors into dust. He realizes the distance is too vast now, and with weapon restrictions in this specific dungeon, he has absolutely no choice but to use this particular move. Lu Fan violently unleashes the ultimate wrath of the Ice Dragon King. This move triggers a massive explosion of freezing energy across the target zone, dealing heavy damage while applying extended slow durations, hard freezing status effects, and sealing off skills entirely. The overall damage and blast radius constantly scale up the longer the skill runs, completely encasing the enemy's lower half in solid, unbreakable ice. Murong Sheng stares in pure shock. Actual dragon magic. Lu Fan lets out a breath and taunts the guy, asking if he can still dodge this. Murong Sheng brushes it off, claiming it does absolutely nothing. He mocks the attack, saying some floating ice shards are nowhere near enough to trap him here. Then another system window pops up. Star Realm Corridor triggers again. When the caster targets an area, it instantly deploys a spatial teleportation zone, completely crafted out of pure starlight. Any single target stepping into the range of this teleportation zone, whether they are an ally, an enemy, or a neutral unit, will be forcefully teleported straight to a predetermined backup coordinate chosen entirely by the caster. Lu Fan throws the hook forward. You totally fell for it, right? The heavy metal chain wraps tight around Murong Sheng's waist. He panics, wondering when that even happened, right as his whole body gets violently yanked downward. Lu Fan's fully charged fist is already waiting. You and I love to see it. One devastating punch connects, completely erasing half of Murong Sheng's entire body. The system flashes spirit form activated. The caster taps into the starlight essence deep within his body. Now he can seamlessly shift right between a solid physical state and pure starlight energy. You and I are about to see something wild. Once he transforms into that pure starlight form, any physical attack he throws instantly converts into pure starlight damage. And get this, every single ounce of damage dealt to his target gets a massive 100% boost. While in this starlight state, normal physical attacks cannot even target him. But here is the catch. External magic attacks can still deal some serious damage. Lu Fan is getting super frustrated with how tricky this guy is. Suddenly Murong Sheng appears right behind him. He forms a massive sphere. The light of star extinction. He channels his entire body's starlight power and fires a devastating laser beam. It deals unpredictable, insane damage that completely ignores all defenses. Oh, and it is entirely unblockable. The actual damage it deals depends entirely on his sheer strength and level. Lu Fan instantly recognizes it. That is the Star Void Dragon skill. A massive surge of energy blasts straight toward him, looking exactly like a brilliantly glowing miniature galaxy. Lu Fan flies in the complete opposite direction, charging straight at him. His fist closes in on Murong Sheng again. The guy does a backflip, dodging the strike. Lu Fan quickly glances over his shoulder as chains shoot out from behind him. The razor-sharp hooks fiercely chase down Murong Sheng. He is absolutely loving this thrilling fight. Lu Fan relies entirely on pure raw fists, and both fighters unleash an absolute rain of heavy punches onto each other. The system data pops up. The Star Vortex bulwark surrounding the user instantly spawns another layer of defense in the blink of an eye. Every single Vortex shield can automatically deflect and completely block one incoming frontal attack. That is seriously overpowered. Once shattered, the Star Vortex automatically regenerates after just 1 second, and bladed armor spikes rapidly thrust outward to counter. For any targets caught in close melee range, it deals brutal piercing damage that totally ignores 45% of the enemy's armor. While taking damage, the retaliation damage shoots up to 99% against the attacker. They finally stop and just glare at each other right before a massive collision triggers an explosive energy blast. Over at the God Ruins dungeon in the plain zone, a heavy aura suddenly crashes down, right where Qing Feng is standing. Murong Sheng stares blankly at his slowly fading body. Is it really over? Lu Fan just punched him, point-blank muttering, "Sorry about this, I guess I really disappointed you." He unleashed his ultimate move, Descent of the Divine Bone. Leftover energy ripples everywhere. Murong Sheng's entire body is slowly disintegrating into nothingness, and even his eyes are starting to fade away. Suddenly, a chilling laugh echoes from right behind Lu Fan. He points toward the pillar of light. "I lose. The divine pool is yours." Lu Fan is curious, but stays completely relaxed. "Now you can finally give me the answer." Murong Sheng replies, "There are some things that just cannot be said here." He promises to explain once they leave the dungeon. Meanwhile, those other two are suddenly covered by a dark, creepy mist. Murong Sheng continues, "We will talk about the details later." Lu Fan takes out the key. Once it enters the lock, the system announces that the God Ruins dungeon is finally opening the divine pool. Glowing fragments of light float beautifully through the air. He is totally amazed seeing the spring eye. The item info pops up. Divine Liquid Legendary Quality. It is a consumable that boosts all current stats by a massive 50%, though it only works on the very first use. Lu Fan quickly pulls out a flask. Good thing he always carries empty potion bottles around. He uses the flask to scoop up the glowing spring water. Lu Fan thinks to himself, a 50% stat boost. That effect is completely game-breaking. He scooped up 160 drops of divine liquid. No wonder the third-tier noble families were fighting to the death just to get their hands on this stuff. A warning chimes, the God Ruins dungeon is closing, and teleportation opens in exactly 10 seconds. He turns back and calls out, "Looks like we have to head back now." Everyone instantly teleports out of the area. They arrive right at the God Ruins exit, where a group of loyal subordinates is already waiting to greet those two. "Young master, you finally made it out safely," someone yells. Everyone back up, give the young masters some room to breathe. Lu Fan then announces, "All right, I can finally cancel your servant contracts now." Those two look completely shocked. "Are you being serious right now? Do not mess with me. Is that actually true?" He raises an eyebrow and asks, "What did you guys actually get addicted to being my servants?" In the background, Li Shou is struggling to even look at Ning Shuang. Meanwhile, Jin Gang and Qing Feng are busy questioning their own subordinates. "Hurry, whoever knows purification magic, get over here and break this contract for me." Lu Fan is just casually watching the drama unfold as she confronts the guy who betrayed her. "You and I are definitely in for a good show here. Does anyone know how to remove negative status effects?" Li Shu awkwardly asks his Shuang heir. "Hey, he didn't do anything to you, right?" Ning Shuang just growls out one brutal word, "Scram." She shoots a quick glance back at Lu Fan standing behind her. Fiery energy violently erupts right from Ning Shuang's bright orange hair. She flies straight away from this dramatic mess. Down below, Li Shu calls out, "Wait up, Shuang heir." Seeing the guy staring at him, Lu Fan asks, "What are you looking at me for? Shouldn't you go chase after her?" Li Shu quickly scrambles after her, shouting Shuang heir. Lu Fan scoffs inwardly. This guy is totally doomed. So useless. Just then, Murong Sheng approaches him. "Brother Lu, would you do me the honor of paying a visit to the Murong family estate?" Lu Fan replies, "I need to report my safety to the Yi family first." "How about Brother Murong comes with me to the Yi family?" He agrees. "All right, are we heading out right now?" He turns to Qing Feng's group and says, "Wait for me a second." Both of them sigh in relief. Finally free, they secretly hope to never see him again. But Lu Fan chimes in from behind. "After spending so much time together, I didn't expect you guys to miss me this much. You and I both know this guy is absolutely relentless. You and I are about to see something wild." They jump back in shock. "Luke, what are you doing?" Luke tosses them 2 vials each. "Relax, catch." Both of them tremble with sheer, undeniable excitement. The system reveals the God Serum stats. Legendary tier consumable. Once used, it boosts all current attributes by 50%. A massive game-breaking power-up, but it only works on the very first use. Absolute madness. He speaks fairly. "We agreed to cooperate. This is your share of the loot." The two stare at each other, completely stunned before saluting him. "Luke, I am definitely making you my friend. Consider this a classic case of fighting before becoming brothers. We will never forget this massive favor." Kong extends a very genuine warm invitation. "Luke, the Vance family doors are always open for you. Come drink with me anytime." Storm chimes in right after him. "We will definitely meet again." Mason Morgan observes this, impressed by his networking. Brother Luke truly has some serious backbone. Luke simply replies, "They never actually had any bad intentions toward me anyway." All right, we are finally ready to head out. By dusk at the York family base, Jane has been waiting for ages. Her eyes instantly light up seeing Luke return. She rushes over and throws her arms around him. Jane then waves politely to Mason Morgan, and they all settle down inside the living room. Hot tea is placed on the table. After listening, Luke summarizes the situation. "So you are telling me 400 million years ago, your Morgan family encountered a massive cosmic dragon?" Mason nods, confirming it. "Exactly. Back then, the Morgan family was just a low-tier D faction. By pure chance, we obtained the legendary cosmic star map. Our family used that very map to summon a severely injured cosmic dragon. The cosmic dragon was old and badly wounded, just looking for a quiet place to hide from the chaos. Meanwhile, our Morgan family desperately needed power to survive the faction wars. So the Morgan family and the dragon struck a deal. The cosmic dragon would rest safely within our borders, and in return, generation after generation, we could continuously borrow its insane cosmic power. From then on, each generation's prodigy could change their class to become a star envoy. We managed to rank up from a C-tier to a B-tier faction. But now, the dragon is barely holding on and is about to collapse completely. And I have become the very last star envoy." Old Man Morgan fell into complete despair trying to find a way to save it. Until an ancient prophecy revealed that inside the God's Ruin sector, whoever won the God Serum would hold the key to its survival. Old Man Morgan is level 120, a tier 4 star envoy of our B-tier Western faction. And the only person capable of saving the cosmic dragon is you, Luke. Steam continues to rise from the hot teapot resting on the table. Mason continues explaining. "Luke, once that cosmic dragon dies, the Morgan family loses all star envoys. When that happens, there is absolutely zero chance we maintain our B-tier status." He turns directly toward Jane. "Miss Jane, you know just how brutally hard faction ranking is. If Brother Luke refuses to help us, the Morgan family might simply cease to exist in this apocalyptic wasteland." Luke sighs heavily. "Brother Mason, it is not about whether I want to help or not. The real issue is I have zero clue how to actually help. As a Dragon Tamer, I am definitely interested in this cosmic dragon you mentioned. But I seriously do not have a single clue on how to save its life." Mason realizes the truth. "So that is how it is." He explains what his father told him. Old Man Morgan could only predict where you would appear. He could never actually calculate the exact method to extend the cosmic dragon's fading lifespan. But I still desperately hope you can come with me to the Morgan family base. Once you and the cosmic dragon meet face to face, maybe we can figure something out." Luke finally accepts the request. "All right, I agree to help you out, but I cannot guarantee a sure fix." Mason cheers with pure joy. "This is fantastic. You are the absolute last hope our family has. As long as you can somehow save the cosmic dragon, you will forever be the greatest benefactor of the Morgan family." He promises fiercely. "If this actually succeeds, the Morgan family will gladly serve you with absolute loyalty on your single command." Luke stops him right there. "Hold on, I already said success is not guaranteed. Whatever, we will head out in 2 days." Jane looks extremely curious. 2 days. Mason quickly chimes in. Does Brother Luke already have some other important arrangements to handle first? He needs to sort things out, report back safely to everyone, gather up, and then depart. "So Mr. Mason, please stay at the York estate for 2 more days. I will have the servants prepare things." Mason smiles. "Thank you so much. I will be troubling Miss Jane for a bit. Now, stick with me." By noon, at the Shadow Stronghold outside the ruined palace on Heaven Island, someone looks at the fortress guns and gasps. Absolutely magnificent. Right below the massive walls, 3 girls are eagerly chatting. "Oh my god, this change is way too huge, right? Unbelievable. It is so hard to imagine this place used to be a totally ruined palace." Jane finally understands. So the real reason Luke delayed for 2 whole days was exactly to visit this specific fortress. Luke notes that it looks almost identical to the blueprints. Morozo and his construction crew are seriously incredible. She gently reminds him. "Little Luke, do not forget about Andreas. Invite him over for dinner when free." He agrees, knowing Andreas absolutely loves his young aunt's cooking. "We actually met precisely because of her amazing food." Suddenly, a voice calls out from right behind them. "Mr. Luke, it has been a long time. All right, you and I are about to see something wild. The Shadow Fortress base is practically done. Only the interior decor and the automated magic crystal cannon production line are left. Those wrap up in a month. Morozo asks for a little of their time. He wants to give them a quick tour so everyone can get familiar with the inside of the fortress. Lu Fan totally agrees. Of course they can. The girl next to him completely rushes them. She honestly cannot hold back her excitement anymore. Morozo gladly invites everyone inside, taking the lead to show them the way forward. He points out the main hallway linking the control room and all functional areas. If they ever need more designs, they can contact him anytime to get it done. He is fully available. Next up is the entertainment zone. Bookshelves, a fully stocked drink counter, and a complete movie collection are all there. Xiaoman sits right down on the couch, absolutely thrilled, claiming this will be her room from now on. Her friend immediately scolds Daozi for being so selfish. Moving along, Morozo introduces the kitchen and dining area. Young Master Andreas had mentioned earlier that Miss Han really loves cooking, so he put his heart and soul into designing this kitchen. Han-ka sincerely thanks him, admitting she is already eager to try cooking in there. Lu Fan makes a decision. He will order some premium ingredients right away. He really misses his auntie's amazing cooking skills. Morozo continues the grand tour, leading the group to the next section. These are their bedrooms. They are pretty bare bones right now, but everyone can decorate them however they like. 10 rooms in total, each with a private bathroom. If Mr. Lu Fan has friends visiting, they can easily crash here. The two girls feel an overwhelming sense of warmth and comfort. They plan to set up their own spaces, making it super convenient to see Lu Fan. Then the designer pulls open another door. The door behind this lounge opens straight toward the garden of the ruined city palace. Lu Fan is absolutely stunned by the view ahead. Morozo proudly explains how he remodeled the garden area. Now they can soak in a relaxing hot spring, and the path even opens straight up to the beautiful sandy ocean beach. But when the fortress goes into active mode, this section closes down completely. Lu Fan is totally satisfied. He definitely needed a perfect place like this to rest up. Xiaoman gets insanely hyped, wanting to jump in too. Qin Qiu is speechless. Daozi is always so impatient. Wu Xian sighs with regret. The fresh air is amazing, but sadly they did not bring any bikinis. Xiaoman totally agrees, wishing they had known to prepare in advance. Morozo tells them not to worry at all. Inside the bedroom closets of their rest area, he already prepared several sets of bikinis for them, and plenty of extra clothes to change into. The two of them are completely shocked. Seriously, he even prepared for something like this. He casually points right at Qin Qiu. The sizes are guaranteed to be a perfect fit. As a top-tier territory designer, his eyes can accurately measure any size. She blushes deeply, calling him absolutely ridiculous. After everyone thanks Morozo for his incredible hard work, they head out to hang out in the entertainment area. Cheerful chatter fills the room. Someone yells they won again. Qin Qiu awkwardly apologizes to the old designer. She feels sorry, saying she could not hold back her temper earlier. Morozo laughs it off. It was his own fault for speaking carelessly. Over in the dining hall, they finally taste the auntie's cooking. Wu Xian highly praises Han-ke for her amazing culinary skills. This food is just unbelievably delicious. Morozo watches Xiaoman stuffing her face and looks completely shocked. Mr. Lu Fan. Lu Fan simply tells him to get used to the young lady. This is totally normal behavior for her. And sure enough, everyone discovers the clothes Morozo prepared actually fit them flawlessly. Lu Fan notices and wonders how on earth did the guy manage to get it so right. They are enjoying the pool. How is the temperature? Absolutely perfect. He calls out for Sister Han to hurry over. He is holding a mysterious bottle of liquid. Divine fluid only works once. But what happens if it mixes with the remodeled Light Blessing hot spring? This is a legendary tier divine fluid we are talking about. You and I need to watch closely. This consumable item boosts current attributes by a massive 50% right after use, but the effect only triggers on the very first use. He calls for Qin Qiu to step out quickly so he can test this divine fluid. She steps up, totally confused. Does he actually want to pour it straight into the Light Blessing hot spring? Lu Fan confirms it. Exactly. If it only works once anyway, he plans to dump all the divine fluid right into the water. The combined effect might just push the upgrade way past 50%. He pours everything into the pool. A 1% boost definitely kicks in, as long as it gets mixed in before anyone uses it. Stacking it on the Light Blessing spring enhances the one-time effect. The system screen suddenly displays the updated information for the hot spring. The God-refining Light Blessing hot spring. Legendary plus rarity. The consumable item effect kicks in right after soaking in the light blessing divine fluid. The user's total current attributes can jump anywhere from 30% to 31% overall. But remember, this massive system boost only works on the very first time you use it. He does the math. He still has 157 bottles left. Pouring them all in will create a boost so insane it is literally unimaginable. Xiao Man gets super curious, wondering what kind of crazy experiment he is running. Qin Qiu quickly warns her not to bother Lu Fan. Lu Fan lets out a deep breath. He finally finished pouring everything. Wu Xian is completely stunned. Did he seriously just stack all those divine fluid effects together? He completely agrees. Yes, even though the upgrade ratio drops, the more you add, the hot spring can now boost all attributes by a staggering 80%. It is totally insane. She stammers in pure shock. This is where you and I realize the result is way higher than using normal fluid. The system info updates. The God Refining Light Blessing Hot Spring. Legendary plus rarity. The consumable item effect kicks in right after soaking in the Light Blessing Divine Fluid. The system flashes. Current all attribute stats can be upgraded by 30 to 80%. But here is the catch. This massive power-up is only effective for the very first use. Xiao Man shares her experience. She agrees, saying she can already feel her personal strength doubling right now. Jian Ying compares it directly, noting this is way more effective than the Radiant Spring. He urges everyone, telling them to get in quickly. This right here is the ultimate Radiant Spring upgrade. He happily soaks in the pool, completely relaxed. These limited divine drops used to be rare, but now they have as much as they want, and the effects are actually way better. Next up, you and I are heading to the Murong estate so he can finally meet this starry sky dragon. 2 days later, meeting Murong Sheng again, Sheng points out that Miss Ye seems incredibly worried. He suggests bringing her along, promising the Murong family will treat her like absolute royalty. Lu Fan explains the situation. She wants to break into the C-rank family tier. Since saving the starry sky dragon is still unpredictable, he would rather not drag her into it. But inwardly, Lu Fan stays cautious. Murong Sheng seems like a decent guy, but Lu Fan barely knows his family. Keeping his guard up is just smart survival. Think about it, if everything Murong Sheng said is a total lie, bringing down her along would be throwing her straight into a deadly trap. Murong Sheng gives a heads up. He tells Lu Fan they are almost there. They finally stop right before the Red Peak Mountains. Lu Fan spots it immediately, a massive territory defense. Sheng reassures him, saying the fog is just running a scan and will not cause any harm. Taking the lead, Murong Sheng flies up and tells Lu Fan to follow him closely. He points off into the distance. This right here is his actual home. Lu Fan freezes as the view below reveals itself. It is the legendary Western Realm Murong estate. Murong Sheng politely extends his hand, welcoming him to their grand family compound. Lu Fan is impressed, calling it as massive as a small city. Touching down, Sheng quickly introduces the older man standing nearby as his father. He gestures to the head of the family, Murong Bai. Level 115 Starry Sky Envoy Tier 4, leading a prestigious B-rank Western Realm family. Sheng announces that he brought Lu Fan. His father beams with pure, absolute relief. He says he has been waiting forever, terrified they were running out of time. Lu Fan curiously points over to the side. He asks why there are so many people gathered here. Bai sighs, revealing these are all Murong family members. Ever since his son sent word about finding Lu Fan, everyone has been anxiously waiting for his arrival. Nervous whispers break out across the crowd. Is this kid really the savior from the prophecy? Can he actually pull this off? The ancestor was not exactly clear back then. Do they seriously have a chance? Did the young master actually track down the right guy? Word is he is a legendary Dragon Tamer. Since they are dealing with a dragon, maybe he actually has a solution. Sheng pats his shoulder, admitting his people are getting overly pessimistic right now. He offers to dismiss the entire crowd if Lu Fan is feeling uncomfortable. Lu Fan brushes it off. No need. Just take him to the Starry Sky Dragon. Bai immediately shouts out, ordering his men to open the Star Tomb. The older man leads the way. This right here is the Star Tomb, the exact cave where the Starry Sky Dragon rests inside the Red Peak Mountains. Unless it is an absolute emergency, the Murong family never disturbs the giant dragon. This area is strictly off-limits to everyone. Murong Bai respectfully bows to the fading spirit ahead. He announces to the two ancestors that he and his son have finally brought the fated person to see them. Lu Fan freezes, completely stunned. Alright, you and I are looking at the Murong family's beast. Starry Sky Ancestor level 120 star Envoy 4. The Lee Domain Dragon level 120 star Envoy 5. A true Western Realm B rank powerhouse. Looking up, he notices someone else suspended in the sky fast asleep. Bai explains that the sleeping figure above the dragon is their Murong ancestor. He burned through almost all his life force and spirit on a prophecy just to guide them to Lu Fan. After completing the reading, the ancestor collapsed into a deep coma. They carefully placed him right beside the giant dragon, completely unsure when or if he will ever wake up. The Starry Sky Dragon is also considered a family ancestor. They refer to this massive beast respectfully as the Starry Ancestor. It has been asleep for years. Lately, its breathing has grown dangerously weak, and its massive body is starting to dissolve into starlight and fade away. Both father and son cup their hands and bow deeply before him, begging Mr. Lu to save their sacred beast. The Starry Ancestor is the absolute foundation of the Murong family. They're willing to try anything. Everything is riding on his shoulders now. Sheng pleads with him to at least try. Their entire family has nothing left but hope in him. Lu Fan lets out a long sigh and agrees to do his absolute best. If it does not work, they will figure something else out. The old man is absolutely thrilled. Do they need to do anything? They offer their full support, but Lu Fan turns them down, saying he does not need help right now. He summons Xiao Fei to attempt a healing spell. The father and son whisper to each other, knowing a dragon can bring prosperity for centuries. With Lu Fan having so many pets, there is definitely hope. Even when summons were blocked in the Divine Ruin, he kept winning. The ancestor's prophecy simply had to be completely accurate. A wave of system notifications appears. The Life Vein skill immediately applies Jade Light and Jade Blessing to all friendly targets within the area. Layer effects are boosted 2 to 4 times. The Fountain of Life provides an extra Fountain of Life buff to allies, extending their total health recovery duration. The Emerald Dragon Bloodline. All skill effects are completely doubled for the dragon race and anyone with a connected bloodline. Fountain of Life nullified. Pulse of Life also nullified. Little Fei looks super uncomfortable. Lu Fan catches her as she falls. Seriously, no effect at all. We know you gave it your all, Murong Bai says, completely devastated. It actually failed. How is this even possible? Even a legendary healing dragon could not fix this. Murong Sheng steps up looking totally defeated. Impossible. The ancestor sacrificed everything for that prophecy. Was it actually wrong the whole time? Let's watch this closely. A voice echoes through the room. Giving up so soon? I was waiting for you to beg me for help. Lu Fan turns toward the massive energy spike behind him. A hand literally reaches out from a dark vortex. It is that exact same voice claiming she hasn't felt this relaxed in ages. The devouring demon Dragon King makes her entrance, and she makes it clear human knowledge alone absolutely cannot fix the insane problem right in front of them. Murong Bai loses his temper completely. How dare you break into the Murong family forbidden zone? Guards capture her right now. Murong Sheng is in pure shock. Is she human or some wild beast? How did she even teleport here? The devouring demon just stares back, a dangerous light flashing in her eyes. The ground starts violently shaking. Murong Bai completely freezes up, his entire body going stiff. What is happening? He literally cannot control his own movements anymore. Murong Sheng realizes the terrifying truth. Her tier is way above ours. With this crushing power, she has to be a dragon. She sneers at them. You want to fight me? You guys are not even a snack. Lu Fan quickly calms everyone down. Relax, she is with me. And honestly, she might actually have a way to save the Starry Sky Dragon. The demon dragon does a quick scan. This guy is dying fast. A year at most, maybe just 3 months. But get this, she actually does know a way to save it. Both of them light up instantly. Wait. Really? Please tell us how. If you can actually save the Starry Sky Ancestor, we will agree to literally any demand you have. Whatever you want, it is yours. Meanwhile, Lu Fan stays totally quiet, watching her closely. He knows she is definitely scheming something here. She drops a bomb. Even if I save it just so I can eat it later, you guys are perfectly fine with that. The old man is horrified. What did you just say? But the demon dragon just bursts out laughing. You guys are hilarious. I am completely messing with you. I am not eating some half-dead old dragon. Besides, I have already devoured a Starry Sky Dragon before, so I have zero interest in eating another one from this race. Lu Fan steps in to cut the nonsense. We are completely out of time for jokes. Do you actually have a way to save him or not? She places her hand on the massive dragon. Life aging, illness and death. Whether you are human or dragon, no one escapes, it not even the highest tier beings. See this fading starlight? That is its core starry sky energy, and it is slowly leaking out into absolutely nothing. This exact energy is the only life force keeping this massive beast alive right now. Saving it is incredibly simple. Just have another starry sky dragon inject fresh energy to replace what it lost. The father and son look absolutely defeated. How is that simple at all? We already tried gathering the leaked energy ourselves, but it was a complete failure. We got absolutely nowhere with it. Now you and I should watch this closely. Lu Fan steps up. If that is the only way I can try. Murong Sheng is completely stunned. Wait, brother Lu, do you? Lu Fan gives her a hard look. You better be telling the truth about this waking him up. She smirks. Obviously I am pump enough starry sky energy into it, and it wakes up. There is just one huge catch. This is not a permanent cure. One energy boost buys him 3 to 5 years of life. Pumping it forever will not work either. Doing this over and over maxes out at a 30-year lifespan extension for the dragon absolutely tops. You guys better think it over. Lu Fan turns to the old man. Mr. Murong, it is your call. Make a decision. Murong Bai is seriously conflicted here. I really thought there was a way to completely heal the giant dragon. I never expected we were just buying a little borrowed time. Murong Sheng steps up and makes the call. Brother Lu, do it. If this wakes the starry sky ancestor, we have to take the chance right now. Father, perfect solutions just do not exist in this world. We actually have Brother Lu willing to help us, so stop hesitating. The old man finally caves. I understand. We leave this in your hands, Mr. Lu. Lu Fan nods. Perfect. Now everyone get out of this room. Xing Chen appears and Lu Fan immediately gives the order. Switch to Star Radiance form right now. Prepare the 17 million Heavenly Star World Destruction skill. The system screen flashes wildly. 17 million Heavenly Star World Destruction is active, summoning a massive star core. Inside that core, energy is fusing over time, continuously upgrading its raw power. If this thing collides with anything, or if a starry sky dragon detonates it, the destructive damage would be absolutely apocalyptic. Murong Bai watches in absolute disbelief. It really is a starry sky dragon, and its power level, it might actually dwarf our ancestors. He realizes something huge. The ancestors' prophecy was never wrong. I was just too blind to understand its true meaning. Seeing Lu Fan control so many insane dragon summons with such power. This crazy plan is actually going to work. Lu Fan keeps shouting commands to Xing Chen. Keep charging the star core. Push all the energy in, but whatever you do, do not let it explode. A blinding surge of power blasts from its massive hand. The 17 million Heavenly Star World Destruction skill is fully charged and ready to unleash. Lu Fan shouts the final order. Push the charged star core straight into the giant dragon. Xing Chen doesn't hesitate, executing the command perfectly. The Murong family is frozen, eyes completely glued to the crazy scene unfolding. The massive energy stream slams into the ancestor dragon, wrapping its entire body in glowing blue fire. Lu Fan waits in dead silence. The energy waves are spiking wildly. Suddenly, the starry sky ancestor's massive eyes slowly flutter open, looking completely bewildered. And there you have it, folks. The dragon rumbles. My power actually returned. What happened here? The father and son completely lose it. Yes, the ancestor is really awake. All right, you and I are jumping right back in. Starry sky ancestor, you've slept way too long. The Murong family finally welcomes you back. The dragon replies. This power feels super familiar. It definitely comes from my own kin. Thank you for sharing this vital energy with me. Starry sky ancestor is completely shocked. Wait, demon-devouring dragon king, what are you doing here? Murong Sheng steps in to calm things down. Ancestor, there's absolutely no need to panic. Thanks to her, our savior Dragon Master Lu Fan actually has a way to save you. Murong Bai makes a solemn vow. The Murong family promises to help Mr. Lu Fan from now on. We absolutely will not break our word. Now that you're awake, ancestor, you should know about this promise. We are going to support Lu Fan and his allies entirely. The dragon makes a huge request. I have a selfish favor to ask. I want to live another life, so please let me be completely shameless here. The father and son are totally stunned. Rebirth. Is that actually possible, ancestor? If you had a way to do this, why didn't you just tell us sooner? Starry Sky Ancestor explains his side. I didn't mean to hide it from you. To protect the Murong family, I also want to keep living. He emphasizes a crucial point. But this method is brutally harsh. However, seeing both the Star Dragon and Emerald Dragon beside Lu Fan, I instantly knew he could pull this off. Lu Fan thinks to himself, a method to reincarnate a dragon, and it specifically requires both the Emerald Dragon and the Star Dragon to work. He urges the ancestor to continue. You have definitely caught my interest. Tell me how it works. The ancestor breaks it down. Emerald Dragon's Dragon Domain is a domain expansion skill. But you might not realize that the actual Dragon Domain is a real physical place. The system screen pops up. Dragon Domain deploys a specialized dragon area with a massive diameter of exactly 100 meters. All stats for allied dragons and anyone sharing their bloodline inside this domain get a massive 50% boost right away. Meanwhile, any enemy inside the domain who isn't a dragon or doesn't share the bloodline gets their overall stats absolutely slashed by 50%. Plus, they absolutely cannot enter or leave the domain through regular moving, teleporting, or any kind of summoning. Starry Sky Ancestor continues. This skill connects the real world to the true dragon domain, and the Star Dragon's Star Shuttle ability can literally tear through that connected boundary. The Star Shuttle skill rips space apart, forming a solid teleportation rift that leads straight to the designated target location. This teleportation rift stays open for exactly 60 seconds, completely ignoring any restrictions from magic circles or any forbidden spells. It bypasses barriers, domains, and hidden realms, entirely piercing straight through to the true dragon domain. Lu Fan interrupts him right there. Hold up. Are you saying that by combining their powers we can enter a separate dimension entirely belonging to the dragon race? Wait, that's not right. Star Shuttle only goes to known targets. Xingchen has never been to the real dragon domain, so how could he open a rift there? The ancestor admits that right now it is totally impossible. But if he reaches the Dragon King tier Star Shuttle can rip through literally any spatial domain in existence, and that definitely includes the true dragon domain. And inside that true dragon domain, if you can just hand my transformed life essence over to her, the mother of all dragons, she can nurture me back into existence. I could actually be completely reborn for another lifetime. Lu Fan frowns at this massive reveal. The mother of all dragons. It makes total sense. She is the life spirit Dragon King, the absolute root of all living things. Demon-devouring Dragon King bursts into laughter. Life spirit Dragon King. Her eyes flash a brilliant glowing red. Now this is getting incredibly interesting. Lu Fan thinks fast. The life spirit Dragon King. Just like the blood-stained flying dragon tree, he has to find her to turn in the quest. So she is actually still hiding out inside the true dragon domain. Now, you and I both know the stakes are huge. Murong Sheng speaks up. To let the ancestor be reborn. Mr. Lu Fan, I beg you on behalf of the Murong family, please agree to this. Murong Bai chimes in next. If the ancestor survives, the Murong family survives. We will gladly jump into burning fire for you and the Ye family for all generations to come. Please help us. Lu Fan looks completely torn. It is not that I am refusing. I want to find the life spirit Dragon King too. But Xingchen is only level 64. He is way off from the Dragon King tier. Right now his Star Shuttle is not nearly strong enough to reach the true dragon domain. Starry Sky Ancestor quickly reassures him. No need to worry. I can transfer my remaining power to this young Star Dragon. It will definitely be enough to boost at least one of their skills straight to the Dragon King tier. Lu Fan is stunned. Really? But Murong Bai looks incredibly worried. Wait, if you give up all your remaining power you will fall back into a deep sleep, right? The ancestor admits it. Exactly right. Murong Bai clenches his fists tight, totally overwhelmed by how incredibly difficult this choice really is. If that is the case, the Murong family will fiercely protect the ancestor's body until Brother Lu safely returns from the true dragon domain. Lu Fan nods with absolute determination. Since you have that much faith in me, let's do this. Xingchen, get ready. We are starting right now. Little Emerald flaps her wings and flies forward while brilliant blinding light erupts all around the Starry Sky Ancestor. The ancient dragon lets out a massive roar. Starry Sky shouts. Child of the Star Dragon Clan, flesh is just a vessel for astral power. Feel the galaxy within you and accept my absolute strength. As Emerald absorbs it, the system flashes. Star Shuttle activated. It completely rips space apart, forming a perfect teleportation rift straight to the designated target location. And here is where it gets crazy for us. The rift holds for 60 seconds, completely bypassing any magic circle, forbidden spell, barrier, domain, or hidden realm. The giant beast is completely stunned. Young Star Void Dragon. You actually obtained the Star Shuttle to shatter this domain. Its massive body collapses. Murong Sheng panics, desperately shouting for the Star Void ancestor. With its final breath, the beast whispers a desperate command. Take my origin essence. Find my mother. She will absolutely reward you. The Star Void Dragon's origin essence. Pure legendary tier quality. This essence comes straight from the Star Void giant dragon itself. It still holds a fragment of its consciousness, acting as the ultimate proof to identify the dragon's true core. The dragon gives one last warning. Through this essence I can still speak to you. But I will fall into a deep slumber very soon. Lu Fan holds the glowing Star Void essence in his hand. A system notification pops up: Star Void Dragon origin successfully acquired. The dragon urges them to leave immediately, thanking the Dragon Tamer. Lu Fan agrees without hesitation. He calls out to Xiao Fei and Xing Chen. They are heading straight back to the Dragon Domain. Quest title: Unlocked Rebirth of the Star Void Giant Dragon. The quest description reveals that the dragon bound to the Western Murong family is reaching the absolute end of its lifespan. But as a direct descendant of the Life Dragon King, the root of all existence, the giant dragon hopes to return this essence to its mother, securing a chance to be completely reborn. Quest objectives updated. Step 1. Obtain the dragon's essence. Check. Step 2. Safely deliver that exact same essence directly to the Life Dragon King, the ultimate root of all living things. Now, here is where you and I need to pay attention. The reward lets a Star Void Dragon pet absorb the giant dragon's power, upgrading every single skill to the legendary Dragon King tier. The Demon Devourer watches Lu Fan from the sidelines, highly intrigued. Getting ready to move out, Murong Sheng gives an update. He assures Brother Lu that the whole group has safely evacuated. Nobody else will get caught in the crossfire of these crazy skills. Lu Fan gives the order. Alright, let's begin. Watching her fly away, our main character immediately starts calculating his next major move. He is seriously worried. The Demon Devourer Dragon King once tried to consume the Life Dragon King. Since she vanished without a trace, he highly suspects she is already plotting something incredibly dangerous. Xiao Fei activates her magic. System text pops up immediately. Dragon Domain deployed. It instantly expands into a massive 100-meter dragon territory. Inside this zone, all allied dragons and anyone sharing a bloodline connection get a massive 50% boost to all of their core stats. But for enemies, it is brutal. Any hostile target without a dragon bloodline instantly suffers a massive 50% penalty to every single stat. Plus, absolutely no movement, teleportation, or summoning can bypass this boundary. Murong Sheng watches in total awe. The legendary Dragon Domain is honestly an unbelievably broken and powerful skill. Lu Fan quickly orders Xing Chen to activate the brand new Star Void Shuttle. Xing Chen shifts its form, perfectly executing his master's command. The system updates. Star Void Dragon Phase 3 form transformation complete. The Star Shuttle skill literally tears a hole straight through the fabric of space. It forms a massive teleportation rift directly connected to their target location. This rift stays open for 60 seconds flat. It completely ignores magic arrays, forbidden curses, barriers, domains, and even secret realms. Lu Fan turns around, telling Brother Murong to wait for their glorious victory. Murong desperately agrees. He trusts Brother Lu completely and will wait for updates. With that settled, Lu Fan leads his squad straight into the portal. Xiao Fei, Xing Chen, let's go. They emerge right inside the Dragon Domain, directly at Dragonhead Mountain. Lu Fan scans the area. This true Dragon Domain is insanely massive. It literally feels like a completely different world. Right here in the Dragonhead Mountain range, the Star Void essence speaks up. That is exactly right. This entire realm belongs purely to dragons. They are currently in the mountain range, super close to its mother's life rift. Hearing that, Lu Fan makes a quick decision. No breaks, they are rushing straight there. But suddenly, the Star Void essence starts sensing something incredibly wrong. This is super weird. The sky used to be packed with massive flying dragons. Why is the entire area completely empty today? Even the weakest dragon in this zone should be around level 150 plus. Every single region is ruled by a completely different legendary Dragon King. I have been gone way too long, the essence warns. Back in my day, there were 11 active Dragon Kings. Whatever you do, absolutely do not enter their forbidden grounds. Lu Fan is completely speechless. 11 of them. He does the math in his head, 11 bosses, way beyond level 150. If he manages to tame them all, absolute unimaginable god-tier power. The Star Void essence suddenly stops. We are here. That right ahead is the gate to the life rift. The essence reveals that its mother lives right behind those massive gates. Lu Fan looks up, completely blown away by the insanely huge stone doors. Landing on the solid ground, Lu Fan examines the area. The heavy doors are locked tight. How exactly are they supposed to break inside? The glowing essence floats upward. It tells Lu Fan to leave this exact step to it. The essence itself acts as the key. Once it makes a connection, the ancient gates will finally open. It pauses, sounding a bit sad. But after this, I will not be able to talk to you anymore. A blinding light suddenly erupts. The system updates. Star Void Dragon Essence successfully used. The heavy stone gates slowly grind open. Fading away, the essence leaves one final message. The rest of this journey is totally up to him. He pulls the fading light back into his palm. All right, I finally get to meet you face to face, Life Dragon King. The massive double doors completely vanish. The trio steps forward, stopping dead in their tracks. As they stare inside, Lu Fan is utterly confused. How could it look like this? Let's step inside with him. Looking at the scene ahead, the legendary life rift looks entirely corrupted. There is absolutely zero trace of life energy remaining here. Is this really the right place? Because this nightmare landscape does not scream life at all. Pushing forward, he warns his pets to stay close as they venture deeper into the dark rift. Suddenly, gross streams of thick toxic liquid blast right out of the shadows. A massive flood of system notifications instantly updates. Star Void Dragon transforms into Phase 3. The Galaxy Jade Dragon triggers its Phase 3 evolution, the Eternal One. It is officially combat time. Alright, you and I are dropping right into an ambush. Watch this. Those gross slime projectiles slam right into their defensive shield. The Eternal Guardian skill drops a massive protective barrier. For anyone standing inside this safe zone, the shield's total damage absorption actually scales directly with the caster's maximum health pool, plus whatever crazy self-healing abilities they already have equipped. Stella raises her hand high, summoning a blinding starfall attack. The monsters below get absolutely vaporized. Starlight rains down relentlessly across the entire area, covering the battlefield in a glowing galaxy-shaped destruction zone. And here is the crazy part about Starfall. The caster can use other skills while it is active. Unless manually cancelled, this cosmic storm keeps raining down forever. Luke shoots an icy glare at the incoming slime mass. He unleashes the Weakness Repel skill, blasting them with the pure, terrifying killing intent of a dragon. This hits any target caught inside its massive blast radius, dealing absolute true damage, while instantly knocking them all backward. It completely ignores enemy defenses. The final damage scales based on the stat difference between the caster and the target. The wider that gap, the harder it hits. The creatures drop to the ground totally motionless. But Luke stays on high alert. Is it really over already? He suddenly freezes as the sludge twitches. How is this even possible? Those things survived a direct hit. The system cannot even appraise them. Are these toxic things spawned by the ancient gods? They might not even be living creatures, making them truly unkillable. Wasting energy on a pointless battle of attrition is definitely a bad move here. Suddenly, a massive wave of toxic slime erupts straight ahead. Dodge it, Luke yells out. The three of them instantly launch themselves high into the air, barely escaping the grasping sludge below. He leads the retreat, completely abandoning this totally pointless fight to push deeper inside. He cannot help but wonder in dread. Even the Life Dragon King domain has been reduced to this horrifying, corrupted wasteland. Is the Life Dragon King actually dead? Suddenly, Faye spins around with a terrified scream. Luke looks back quickly. Faye, what is it? Now, here is where you and I need to pay attention. His jaw drops as the corrupted sludge starts fusing together, chasing them. Now Luke only has one real option left. He has to violently shake this monster off their tail. With its speed rising fast, he makes a split-second choice. They instantly activate the Dragon Tamer aura, transforming their energy into a razor-sharp black blade. The Dragon Tamer aura channels the legendary Shadow Dragon King. It draws out the absolute peak power hidden within its dark bloodline. Equipping this Shadow aura gives an insane 300% speed boost, while also granting the super rare Shadow Stealth Evasion effect. All attacks now completely ignore 55% of any target defense stats. Plus, the Shadow Stealth ability lets the user vanish into thin air the moment an enemy tries scanning them. The absolute best part, even taking direct damage will not cancel out this overpowered invisibility state. He thinks to himself, there is no way that unknown toxic freak can catch up to them now, right? But seeing the sludge surge forward, his blood runs cold. Oh no, even with triple speed it is gaining on them. The thing is immortal, so is there seriously no way to shake this nightmare off their tail? Just then the massive gate directly ahead erupts with blazing flames. Intense scorching heat blasts outward from the heavy doorway. In mere seconds, the entire gate transforms into a towering, terrifying wall of fire. Luke desperately shields himself against the incoming blaze, totally shocked. What kind of insane fire is this? The heat feels even more devastating and completely unbelievable than Nyx and her massive calamity powers. The giant sludge wave crashes into the area, trying to push right through those brilliant flames. Suddenly, Luke freezes as a terrifying system alert pops up. His unbeatable shadow stealth status has been forcefully removed. As the roaring flames actually burn the unkillable toxic sludge into nothingness, his jaw hits the floor. Unbelievable. That mysterious fire just wiped out the immortal corruption like it was absolutely nothing. Suddenly, a massive voice echoes out. Corruption can never truly be killed. It can only be temporarily locked down and controlled. Luke instantly drops into a defensive stance, totally shocked by this newcomer. A massive flame dragon glares down at him. A tiny human trespassing in the dragon domain. And you brought 2 hatchlings with you. Speak now, exactly who are you? I am a Dragon Tamer, Luke declares boldly without backing down. I carry 2 critical quests meant only for the Life Dragon King. One actually involves saving the life of a banished void dragon. A glowing system screen suddenly pops up displaying the Star Dragon origin. This legendary origin item comes directly from the giant Star Dragon. It contains fragments of the beast's consciousness, acting as undeniable proof of the dragon's incredibly powerful core identity. The giant flame dragon pauses. That familiar energy. It really does come from the Life Rift origin. So you actually claim to be a Dragon Tamer? To think the outside world birthed such a crazy, arrogant profession. Meanwhile, Luke just stares back, burning with curiosity about what actually caused this apocalypse. Where exactly do I need to go to find the Life Dragon King? The Flame Dragon immediately leads them away. Save your breath. It is not safe out here. The corruption could swarm us at any second. Follow me now. Leaving the blazing inferno behind, our guy gets escorted right through the massive gate. The interior opens up into a gigantic hidden cavern. Where are we? Luke asks, looking around the cavern. This is a miniature secret realm our mother built. The flame dragon explains. The true Life Rift was completely consumed by the toxic corruption. Nobody could possibly survive out there anymore. This right here is our final sanctuary. Luke glances around the dark cave, realizing with absolute horror that dragon skeletons are piled up everywhere. Just what kind of massacre happened to the dragon domain? Suddenly, another booming voice echoes through the dark. Halt right there. You actually brought a filthy dragon tamer right near our mother. You have officially lost your mind. A massive bronze dragon, known as the Wing Root Dragon, steps forward aggressively. Then another colossal beast steps out. Leading an outsider to this sanctuary is absolute treason against Mother. This one is the vicious Cloud Stream Dragon. So what do you and I think happens next? A terrifying 2-headed dragon appears. Without hesitation, it screams for the outsider's death, swearing to protect its mother. Alright, you and I are back in the tension. Flame answers. I didn't betray anyone. This Dragon Tamer was entrusted by an outland dragon to find our mother. He earned trust. He is our ally. But Cloud still isn't buying it at all. An outland dragon, are there still siblings outside remembering us? Luke pulls out the cosmic essence. It completely belongs to a starry dragon whose lifespan is reaching its bitter end. It said the Life Dragon King definitely has a way to let it be reborn again. The Life Dragon King chimes in. To be reborn, a seed of life is absolutely required to finish this. I know every single one of my children, including the essence right in this Dragon Tamer's hand. Starting today, he is officially our ally in this fight. The system screen pops up. Life Dragon King, root of all things, 5-star tier. Quest name: Rebirth of the Starry Dragon. Quest update. 1 out of 1 secure the core essence of the Starry Dragon. 1 out of 1 deliver the Starry Dragon essence to the Life Dragon King. 0 out of 1 finally receive the Seed of Life. Suddenly, the demoness appears, her voice dripping with pure twisted joy. I finally found you, Life Dragon King. She greedily tries to steal it. Your power is mine. Luke blocks her instantly. I told you I won't let you interfere. The demoness screams back. Move or I'll devour you too. He coldly reminds her, "Are you trying to break our contract? Don't forget the contract binding us. If I die, you die with me. The Life Dragon King is crucial for the dragons. I absolutely forbid you from attacking. If you want mutual destruction, then bring it on." She knows she can't make a reckless move right now. "You ruined my fun, kid. You're really getting way too cunning." Luke just smiles and casually replies, "I had a great teacher." The demoness begrudgingly agrees. "Fine, I won't touch her. But this only lasts during the contract. Once you use your last 2 summons, you can't control me anymore." Luke stays totally calm. "By then, I'll be strong enough to stop you again." He finally got that apocalyptic nightmare handled. He hears soft whining nearby. Little Faye nervously calls out to Luke, while Stella closely watches him. Flame asks curiously, "Dragon Tamer, what's wrong with you?" He reassures them, "I'm fine, just exhausted lately, losing focus a bit." Twinhead speaks up next. "Mother, why are you awake now?" Cloud looks completely worried. "Your roots haven't absorbed nutrients in ages. If you don't rest well, this entire secret realm will just collapse." The Life Dragon answers, "It's fine. Let me talk with our new ally. Dragon Tamer, please tell me how the Outland Dragon lived." He explains everything. It was deeply respected, securing a great family's legacy for a century. Even near death, it couldn't forget them. Braun scoffs at that entirely. "Humans only covet dragon power. Where would they ever find genuine respect for us? Just look at the young dragons you enslaved. You are the living proof," the Life Dragon interrupts. "No. What I see is how incredibly worried these young ones got when the Tamer spaced out. They clearly love you, Tamer. Because of that, I totally believe your words. I'll give you a seed of life. But it takes time." Now listen to this next part. Luke doesn't understand. The Starry Dragon is out of time. What are you guys waiting for? Is it because those horrifying unknown corrosive things have completely overrun the outside rift? The Life Dragon stays totally silent, so Flame speaks up instead. "You saw it. The Life Rift, our territory. It's been corroded beyond any survival." He looks totally stunned. "Is that true?" The Life Dragon speaks again. "Why don't I let you see for yourself? Just touch my branch." Luke reaches out and touches the offered branch. Suddenly, he's transported back. Is this the Life Dragon King's memory of the past? That horrific corrosive slime appears in the sky. It violently explodes, blasting right into the giant dragons flying nearby. The giant dragons roar in absolute agony. Her children are being brutally attacked right before her eyes. She looks up at the sky, where crackling lightning appears. A giant dragon gets sucked upward, instantly swarmed by that apocalyptic corrosive slime. Her eyes quickly flash with intense blue light. Right then, Luke snaps out of the vision in sheer panic. It was a total massacre. That rift's power feels like the ancient gods. She solemnly replies, "You recognize this horrible power. Have they awakened outside the dragon domain too?" Luke nods grimly. "Exactly. They're called ancient gods. They possess absolute destructive power and want to completely erase all living things. If the Crystal Dragon King hadn't fiercely protected us, she reveals, we would have lost our lives long ago." Flame continues, "This secret realm is a fortress formed from the Crystal Dragon King's body, completely hiding us from the deadly life rift." He quietly remembers the Crystal Dragon King. So the massive dragon he saw in those memories sacrificed its own existence just to save everyone else. Flame keeps explaining. Mother has zero combat power, but she can bury her roots deep, transforming this dead environment into a perfect survival sanctuary for dragons. All right, you and I need to pay close attention here. This whole secret realm is surviving entirely on their mother, pumping her life force into it. And looking at the chaos outside in the dragon domain, things aren't exactly looking great either. Cloud is super anxious. They've been waiting for a rescue forever. But the corruption keeps spreading, and now it's directly threatening this secret realm. Twohead speaks up with some grim news. Every single dragon that left to find help dead. None made it back alive. They had to drag the nearby bodies back themselves, otherwise, that nasty corruption would have completely possessed their corpses. Just brutal. Lufan finally puts it together. So that's the harsh truth. These guys have absolutely zero energy left to even try escaping anymore. Bronze chimes in, completely devastated. The domain dragon totally forgot to warn them. There are only 4 winged dragons left standing. Their mother has nowhere to absorb energy. Her life force is basically running on fumes, and this whole secret realm is seconds away from completely collapsing. He realizes they're totally powerless against the Elder God's corruption. If he doesn't step up right now, the Spirit Dragon King is 100% going to die right here. Right there in Lu Fan's palm sits the legendary Spark Medal of the Dragon Kingdom. It's a legendary accessory instantly giving the wearer a massive 25% boost to all stats. He already figured the Elder God would completely take over the whole dragon domain by then. Lu Fan looks at them. You guys actually accept me as an ally, right? Flame confirms it without hesitation, asking why he's suddenly bringing this up. He just smiles confidently. Then I'm going to help you guys escape this nasty corruption. Spirit is completely shocked. He wants to take them out of here. Aren't you terrified the Elder God will corrupt the human world once it takes over the dragon domain? He lays out the cold hard truth. Even if you guys stay here, you can't hold out much longer anyway, right? This place is doomed to be fully corrupted. But stick with me, and you'll actually survive. Lu Fan raises his heavy armored hand with total confidence. Besides, I've already killed one Elder God before. My entire country completely trusts me to take this new one down too. The system screen pops up. Dragon King Bone Fallen Mountain Armor at the 1-star tier. Now, here's where it gets crazy for us watching. The giant dragons completely freak out. He's wearing a Dragon King, but its aura smells like a dragon mixed with heavy corruption. The power feels incredibly familiar, yet terrifyingly alien all at once. He drops the huge reveal. This armor is a mix of a Dragon King and an Elder God's core. I beat it, so its power belongs to me now. Even if the entire dragon domain gets corrupted, the second that Elder God wakes up, I'm taking it out. He tells them about his very own private island territory, a perfectly safe haven where they can finally rest. Spirit is deeply moved, realizing he genuinely thought this entire escape plan through for them. Makes perfect sense why that little baby dragon is so completely obsessed with him. Flame completely catches the drift, turning to ask, "Wait, Mother, does this actually mean we can leave this place with the Dragon Tamer right now?" She admits how tough it is to leave, but with their life force completely fading, there's nothing left to protect. This is literally their final shot at survival. They humbly ask for his help. Allies. Lu Fan smiles, telling them to gear up for departure. He immediately activates the epic Starry Void Shuttle ability right on the spot. The system screen flashes its status, and the Starry Dragon instantly shifts into a gorgeous magical new form. The Starry Void Shuttle literally rips the fabric of space apart, opening a massive glowing rift straight to their target location. The massive teleportation rift lasts exactly 60 seconds, completely bypassing every single magic array, curse, barrier domain, or secret realm restriction out there. Lu Fan yells out to them. The portal's destination is locked straight onto his very own private island territory. The system panel confirms the link. It's a territory portal, meaning the Lord can open or close a warp straight to his base whenever he wants. Though a quick heads up, he can only keep one of these portals active at a time. Still incredibly useful. He urgently pushes them forward. You guys need to move right now. We only have 60 seconds. Meanwhile, back at the island base in the Shadow City, a massive feast is already set up. Han Kei patiently waits, hoping she made enough of all of Lu Fan's absolute favorite dishes, just waiting for him to come home. Suddenly, the whole area starts vibrating like crazy. Stepping through, Spirit immediately takes a deep breath. The air is so fresh, exactly like their home before the corruption ruined it. She genuinely thanks her new friend. The other massive dragons are completely awestruck by the scenery, though one jokes about needing to adapt to all this water. Lu Fan officially announces that they've finally arrived. This is his personal territory, their new safe haven. Hearing the commotion, Han Kei rushes outside, spotting him and immediately calling out his name in pure relief. But then she freezes, staring at the absolute unit of these creatures. Are these his new dragon pets? The dragons instantly take major offense to that exact word. Pets, you despicable little human. How dare you look down on us? One of them actually threatens to eat her alive. Lu Fan instantly steps in, telling them to back off. That's his aunt literal family, definitely not an enemy. Han Kei is just completely mind-blown. Oh my god, they can actually talk. He quickly warns her to watch her words. These aren't just mere pets, they're wildly powerful allies he rescued from another totally dangerous dimension. Han Kei just scoffs at him. Seriously, Lu Fan, the kind of friends you drag home just keep getting more and more absolutely ridiculous. He just laughs it off, warning her that they've literally never met humans before. Since they're roommates now, she'd better mentally prepare herself. Bronze calls out to their mother in absolute awe. Everything here is just bursting with life energy. Even the deep exhaustion from all that fighting is already starting to fade away completely. Spirit warmly agrees. By absorbing this pure energy, she'll easily be able to condense a seed of life in no time, eventually allowing that fallen domain dragon to be completely reborn. Dragon Tamer, there's something I need to tell you straight up. The dragons wondered if Luke brought them to this rich sanctuary just to beg for their protection. Luke didn't hesitate. He wanted them to stay and defend his territory. They agreed. Makes perfect sense. Once fully recovered, they'd be unstoppable, but even now they swore to protect his lands until they regained their original strength. Luke understood the reality. He knew he probably couldn't keep them around forever. You and I know a single starry void dragon could easily build a century-old dynasty. There's no way these 5 legends would stay cooped up here forever. But what if Luke offered them something priceless? Would that totally change their minds? Let's see. The system displayed the bloodstained seed of the sacred wyvern tree, the ultimate quest item for slaying the demon-devouring Dragon King. It was absolute proof of the abyss entrance. If he handed this seed to the original owner of the sacred wyvern tree, the Genesis Dragon King, the root of all life, he would absolutely earn her total favor. The quest log updated. Title Seed of the Sacred Wyvern Tree. Quest progress read 1 out of 1. Time to hand it over to the Genesis Dragon King. She was utterly shocked. Wait, what? Had he actually killed the demon-devouring Dragon King? The 2 dragons behind her immediately realized the truth. He had actually completed the hidden quest their mother left behind. This was without a doubt the blood of the demon-devouring Dragon King. Luke explained how the demon-devouring Dragon King was severely injured after the legendary 3 Dragons battle. He found her hiding out in Dragonfall Valley and seized the perfect opportunity to finish her off. He breathed a massive sigh of relief inward. Good thing he intercepted that demon dragon earlier. He absolutely could not let the Genesis Dragon King find out that monster was actually still alive. The system panel popped up, confirming the current progress was maxed out at 1 out of 1. He formally handed the bloodstained sacred wyvern tree seed over to the Genesis Dragon King. The Genesis Dragon King finally spoke up. She never actually held out any hope, totally stunned that a human was really capable of killing that monster. She praised the Dragon Tamer. He had finally brought true justice to all her tragically fallen children of the sacred wyvern tree. Not only did he aim to save the abyssal dragon, but he also completed her long-awaited revenge. She told him to just name his price. What did he want? Ember and Bronze quickly chimed in. As long as it was within their immense power to give, or do he just needed to ask? Since he had completely removed the massive burden from their mother's heart, they felt obligated to repay him. A massive reward was exactly what he deserved. But Luke just smiled. He didn't want anything crazy. He simply wanted them to make his territory their permanent home. That incredibly simple request made the Genesis Dragon King freeze in absolute disbelief. She couldn't help but remark that this human was truly fascinating and completely brilliant too. Luke smoothly replied that he was a Dragon Tamer after all. This legendary class was quite literally designed to build friendships with the dragon race. Most humans obsessively crave the devastating power of giant dragons, but conquering and stealing weren't the only ways to get it. By becoming genuine friends and loyal companions, that emotional bond alone would easily allow him to share in all of their incredible godlike strength. The Genesis Dragon King finally made her ultimate decision. Since he had helped them this much, they honestly had absolutely no reason to refuse him. As she planted her massive roots right into the ground, the system confirmed the massive news. The Sacred Wyvern Tree Seed quest was officially completed. The Genesis Dragon King and the root-binding dragon had officially joined his territory. The Genesis Dragon King's colossal roots plunged deep into the earth to anchor her body. She immediately fell into a deep slumber, completely immobilized, as she automatically entered an absorption state, continuously drawing in energy to stockpile her massive life force. Before sleeping, she left him a message. For the foreseeable future, they were going to live happily together. The Genesis roots officially entered the absorption state. Luke was absolutely thrilled inside. He successfully kept the Genesis Dragon King and 4 giant dragons without even using a contract. Who would have guessed that the hidden quest Fae, randomly accepted back then, would let him bag 5 legendary dragons in one single sweep? Suddenly bathed in a massive wave of healing energy, he was completely shocked. He was actually being passively healed. Cloud quickly explained the mechanics. After planting her roots, their mother would sleep and constantly absorb energy while passively releasing a massive Genesis aura at the same time. This Genesis aura came with some seriously insane buffs. It could constantly heal wounds and even passively boost their overall experience points. Luke couldn't believe his ears. Wait, experience points. Did that mean just standing near the Genesis Dragon King was basically an automatic level-up farm? Bronze confirmed it was absolutely true. But since their mother's life force was currently super weak, they'd probably only gain about 7 or 8 levels in a single month. Luke was completely blown away. That was still ridiculously overpowered. After all, this basically meant getting free levels just by literally sleeping on the ground. He started doing the math. Everyone normally just relaxed and partied out on the sandy beach anyway. Just picture this. Soaking in a hot spring, enjoying the ocean view and casually leveling up. This is the absolute dream setup we all want. Twinhead chimed in to clarify. It might be slightly slow for human class changers, but it was significantly faster for the island's native beasts. The monsters roaming around here were all well over level 90, right? Their mother could easily boost them straight to level 100 in no time. Yes, even wild beasts could exploit this crazy passive leveling. Suddenly, he heard Cloud shouting out, "Hey, this hot spring wasn't normal at all. It could actually help boost quite a few raw attributes right on the spot." Luke's face instantly darkened as he yelled out, "What the heck was she doing? Get out of there. Wasn't she supposedly totally incompatible with water? She nearly completely boiled his precious hot spring away." Cloud just scoffed in disdain. A minute ago he was preaching about loyal friendship, but now he was just being petty. A strange rustling came from the Genesis tree behind them. He spotted a glowing fruit sprouting on a branch. This was the Seed of Life, the key to saving the Starry Void Dragon. The system pinged. Seed of Life Stage 1. Legendary quality. A supreme consumable item forged entirely from the pure life essence nurtured by the Genesis Dragon King herself. Alright, you and I are watching a Stage 1 seed grant a total rebirth. Lu Fan flies over. The Spirit Life Dragon King explains it takes time. Turns out it only forms after absorbing massive amounts of energy. Ching Tong steps right in. Dragon Tamer, wait a second. Mother trusts you completely, and so do we. But when it comes to the Seed of Life, we must set some ground rules first. Lu Fan just stares. Ground rules for what exactly? Lu Yun explains. This seed is literally made from their mother's flesh and blood, producing only one single fruit every year. A fresh seed is Stage 1. It grants total rebirth, letting any life form live a complete second life. He blinks in surprise. Are you telling me there is a Stage 2? Hu Yan chimes in. Exactly. When the Seed of Life keeps growing, it hits Stage 2. That is when it can incubate entirely new brothers and sisters to hatch from the shell. It finally clicks for our boy. Wait, are all of you born from these exact seeds? Lu Yu nods. Before the dragon domain was totally corrupted, their mother had 237 children. Now, only the 4 of them are left standing. The corruption completely stopped her from absorbing energy. No more brand new dragons could hatch. Lu Fan finally gets it. This Seed of Life is basically equivalent to a Spirit Life Dragon King egg. He absolutely never expected that his very own territory could produce a brand new dragon egg every single year. If this keeps up, wouldn't he eventually command an entire army of giant dragons one day? Just imagine that power. Ching Tong sets the terms. We will not stop you from harvesting the seed, but every 10 years you must leave at least one behind to hatch a new dragon. He nods immediately. I understand completely. Do not worry. I want the dragon race to thrive too. Unless it is an absolute emergency, I will not harvest them. Ching Tong looks thrilled. Good. Then you will be the one to feed this fruit to the waiting Void Departure Dragon. The life fruit rests right in Lu Fan's hand. A system notification pops up. Seed of Life successfully acquired. Stage 1. Current progress. 1 Seed of Life. Successfully obtained. With this item secured, the Starry Sky Giant Dragon quest can finally be completed. Lu Yun urgently rushes him. You better move fast. Mother's life force is critically low, and this seed will completely wither away in less than 3 days. Meanwhile, Huo Yan is already stepping into the spring. This water is seriously amazing. You guys need to come taste this. Our boy snaps angrily. Why are you drinking that? Go over to the seawater, stay out of the spring. Suddenly, a dark laugh echoes from behind. Now you and I are about to see some drama. The intruder asks. Remember me, you stole Japan's dragon and killed my Orochi. Surprised. Even if you run to the ends of the earth, I will always track you down. Lu Fan just frowns, turning around to face this completely uninvited guest. It is Yin Mozi. a level 119 yin-yang master, the fourth disciple of Heavenly Yin Palace. Backed by his master and 4 guild masters, he sneers. You are dead. What are you scared? The giant dragons all glance at the newcomer at once. Yin Mozi smugly assumes Lu Fan is too terrified to even speak. Lu Fan sighs in pure annoyance. Your skill is actually trash. You can only project your voice, but you cannot even see me. Yin Mozi snaps back. A voice projection is perfectly fine. I have absolutely zero desire to look at your completely sickening face anyway. RMC calmly fires back. So you actually tracked me down just for revenge. If not, stop wasting my precious time with this. Yin Mozi takes the bait. You are still so arrogant. Very well, I will give it to you straight. For killing my Shikigami and stealing my dragon, my master Yin Tianzi is leading 4 guild masters to settle this. 3 days from now we arrive at your location. Do not run if you have any guts. Of course, no matter where you flee, we will find you. Lu Fan is completely unbothered. Is that really it? You ran away pretty fast last time. This time, whether it is your master or some elites, you better bring every single one of them. Yin Mozi issues a dark threat. My master and the 4 guild masters are all 5th tier experts. Hand over your dragon pet if you want to live. Lu Fan casually raises his fist. Not a chance in hell. The voice leaves a final warning. You have exactly 3 days to figure out how to welcome us properly. Completely fearless, Lu Fan smirks. I will be waiting. Meanwhile, back in Japan, at the Heavenly Yin Palace, Yin Mozi rages. How dare he cut off my final message? Lu Fan, I will tear you to pieces. Suddenly Yin Tianzi steps up. Enough, you absolute embarrassment. The disciple instantly drops to the floor, bowing low. Master. Yin Tianzi speaks with freezing coldness. Acquiring power way beyond his years at such a young age inevitably makes him wildly arrogant. I have seen plenty of his kind. The second our 5th tier professionals stand right in front of him, he will be forced to bow his head. Yin Mozi scrambles to agree. Of course. Once you and the 4 5th tier guild masters arrive, that dragon pet will belong to us. It will be yours. The master scoffs coldly. When the time comes, mind your manners in front of the guild masters. Do not dare to embarrass me again. Bringing the 4 guild masters along is mainly just a strategy to probe Taiki country's current situation. If the forces backing Taiki country fail to react, we will conquer them entirely in one sweep. Avenging you is just a convenient little side quest. So what do you and I think? Let's see who actually gets that dragon pet. Don't think you're so special that you can just order the Heavenly Yin Palace and us 4 great palace masters around. The dark figure warned. Yin Mozi nodded quickly. Got it, I understand. Before completely vanishing into the shadows, he dropped a final chilling warning. This mission is strictly off the books. Even the king has no clue. You better keep your mouth shut tight. Once the guy was gone, Yin Mozi let out a sly, wicked smirk. He was already plotting, convinced his own real power completely outranked the king's. This time, he wouldn't just crush Lu Fan and steal his dragon pets. He could actually wipe out the entire Tai Chi kingdom and claim the territory. Alright, let's see this backfire. Over on Lu Fan's side, the 2-headed and flame dragons were already chatting. Sounds like a completely clueless idiot to me. Let us go hunt him down. I really miss the taste of human flesh. If your enemies actually show up, we can definitely lend a serious claw. The flame dragon called out. Dragon Tamer, take this item. Since we're officially partners now, we'll absolutely show up whenever you actually need us in battle. The system panel popped up, revealing the flame dragon's scale. This legendary quality item was the ultimate proof of absolute trust from the massive fiery beast. Anyone holding this extremely rare proof was officially recognized as a true partner of the mighty dragons. The flame dragon would instantly provide powerful backup whenever the owner called. Lu Fan looked pretty surprised. Wait, appear when needed. Are you guys still planning on leaving this place? Next came the flowing cloud dragon scale. Another legendary quality item, serving as a solid proof of complete trust from the majestic flowing cloud dragon. Just like before, whoever possessed this epic proof was officially bonded as a true partner to the dragons. The flowing cloud dragon would offer backup anytime the holder required it. The dragon nodded. We have to go track down the other dragons scattered all across this entire world. We need to gather everyone together and prepare to fight back against the dragon realm's dark corruption. The bronze dragon chimed in next. We can't just hide out on this island forever. But whenever you need us, we'll instantly teleport right to your side without hesitation. Sure enough, he also received the Bronze Dragon's scale. This legendary quality drop stood as undeniable proof of complete trust from the massive bronze beast. Anyone holding this shiny proof was forever recognized as an official trusted partner of the giant dragons. The bronze dragon would instantly supply heavy backup upon request. Then the two-headed dragon ripped off its own scale. Take it. We'll show up in 3 days to help out. Whether you can handle those punks or not, I'm definitely eating them. Finally, the two-headed dragon's scale dropped into his inventory. Another legendary quality artifact, proving total unwavering trust from the vicious two-headed monster. Having this heavy proof meant he was fully locked in as a true respected partner of the dragons. The two-headed dragon was now guaranteed to bring the pain whenever called. Lu Fan gladly took the scale. Alright, then I definitely won't turn down an offer like that. A massive wave of system alerts instantly flooded his vision. You have obtained the Flame Dragon's scale. You have obtained the Bronze Dragon's scale. You have obtained the Flowing Cloud Dragon's scale. You have obtained the Two-Headed Dragon's scale. Lu Fan was absolutely thrilled. With these items, he could summon 4 massive dragons. They weren't quite as ridiculously overpowered as the devouring demon Dragon King, but at least he wouldn't have to constantly worry about getting betrayed. Now here's where we need to pay attention. That 3-day death warning was interesting, but first he had to hit the western border and finish the Starry Sky Dragon's quest. The very next morning at the western border estate, Wu Xian was practically glowing after hearing the wild update. That is just insanely awesome. You went out there just to help the Murong family, and somehow you came back holding the Dragon Mother and 4 massive dragons in your pocket. Your territory is basically about to become a giant dragon breeding base. Lu Fan just humbly waved it off. It's really not that crazy. Those seeds of life take forever to actually hatch. By the way, while I was gone, did the Ning and Luo families show up to cause any annoying trouble? Oh right, I almost completely forgot to mention the Ning family situation. She explained that ever since the God Ruins dungeon, Ning Chang had been constantly coming around looking for him. Lu Fan groaned in total annoyance. She's literally clinging like a leech. What about the Murong family? They can't just sit back and watch Ning Chang stir up trouble, right? Wu Xian quickly explained the situation. You honestly can't really blame the Murong family for not stepping in. The thing is, Ning Chang always shows up completely alone. She just asks for you, and when you're not here, she leaves. It really doesn't look like a revenge plot. So I didn't even bother telling Murong Sheng. Right then, a loud voice echoed outside. Lu Fan, get out here and face me. Wu Xian let out a heavy sigh, practically rolling her eyes. Speak of the devil. Looks like Ning Chang is already back at our door again. The girl kept screaming from the courtyard. I know you're back. Hurry up and come out. I am not leaving until you show your face. Lu Fan stepped outside, completely caught off guard. Oh my god, are you actually Ning Chang? Ning Chang was standing there dressed absolutely gorgeously. Don't you dare pretend you don't know me. You finally decided to actually come out and face me. Lu Fan was utterly speechless. You dressed up like that just to get revenge. Anyone watching would honestly think you came all this way just to marry me. She crossed her arms and glared right back. Exactly, I came here specifically to marry you. Lu Fan was instantly irritated. Are you insane? You can't beat me in a fight, so you're throwing a tantrum? But Ning Chang just blamed everything on him. This is entirely your fault. Because of you, I completely lost my family's trust. You have to take responsibility. Wu Xian just stood there totally mind-blown. She'd seen forced marriages before, but someone throwing a life or death tantrum right on her front doorstep. That was definitely a hilarious first. Lu Fan quickly waved his hands. Hey, don't misunderstand, I literally didn't do anything. Ning Chang hid some strange item behind her back. That doesn't matter. You completely destroyed absolutely everything I had, and now you're just acting like it's fine. She glared at him, totally unhinged. Lu Fan, you either take full responsibility for me right now, or you just kill me. So what do we learn here? Never underestimate dungeon drama. Wu Xian just shook her head. And I actually thought you struggled in that dungeon. Lu Fan sighed helplessly. I swear we have absolutely zero relationship. Let's jump right in. Ning Shuang threatened him. If I die here, how will the Ye family answer to the Nings? Lu Fan's response ice cold. Scram. If you're gonna die, don't do it in the Ye mansion. Another guy wasn't buying it. The eldest Ning daughter has always been super arrogant. But now, throwing away all her pride just for you. Yeah, do you really expect me to believe that? Lu Fan totally dodged the question. Honestly, this whole mess was just getting way too complicated to explain right now. Absolute chaos. He had bigger things to worry about anyway. The Murong family mission is still waiting. I need to handle actual business first. Suit yourself, she replied. Lu Fan just walked right past Ning Shuang, popped his wings out and took off into the sky. He was literally thinking what the heck just happened. He figured he'd just let her cool down for now. He could always smooth things over later. But Ning Shuang instantly chased right after him, flying hot on his trail. Lu Fan, you can't escape from me. He finally reached the Murong mansion over in the western border's Red Peak Mountains. Murong Bai rushed out to greet him. Mr. Lu Fan, you're finally back. How was the trip to the Dragon Domain? Did everything go okay? Lu Fan gave a quick nod. Everything is completely taken care of. Murong Sheng rushed them inside. Please come in. The ancestor has been waiting for your news. This was strictly restricted Murong family territory. No uninvited guests allowed. And that meant Ning Shuang had to stop. But she was totally shameless. I'm Lu Fan's wife. I came here with him. Murong Bai was super confused by the gossip. You guys were literally fighting to the death in the Divine Ruin realm, and now you're married. I just don't get it. Lu Fan shut it down quick. She's definitely not my wife. Hearing that, Murong Bai ordered the gates closed. Ning Shuang was furious. Are you really kicking me out? Lu Fan, you're dreaming. He just face-palmed and let out a heavy sigh. Ignoring her, Lu Fan walked right into the main hall, standing face-to-face with Xing Kong. He bowed respectfully to the ancestor. Murong Sheng quickly gave the report. Mr. Lu Fan has returned safely, and he brought the exact item you requested. Lu Fan held out the glowing fruit. This is the seed of life you needed, right? Xing Kong was absolutely stunned. The life force in this. It's so weak. The dragon panicked. Did something terrible happen to my mother? Lu Fan dropped the heavy truth. Actually, the rift of life doesn't exist anymore. Murong Bai looked like he had just been struck by absolute lightning. Murong Sheng was completely frozen in shock. Xing Kong was terrified. What did you just say? Lu Fan explained. When I got there, it was already a total wasteland. The Life Dragon King and 4 other survivors were trapped inside that secret realm. Outside the barrier, just a massive horde of unkillable monsters. They literally just kept regenerating over and over. The giant dragons fighting them just kept dying and rotting away. Honestly, the root of this entire nightmare. Some ancient god probably woke up. Xing Kong went dead, silent hearing this. He swore an oath right then that ancient god would pay this massive blood debt with blood. Back in the western border mansion, Murong Sheng was really sweating it. Can that seed really give our ancestor a second chance at life? Even with the fated life force, it's enough for my rebirth, Xing Kong explained. I'll only recover 80% of my base stats and power though. The rest, that's gonna take 10 years of natural healing. Murong Bai let out a massive sigh of relief. As long as you get another life, absolutely nothing else matters. The dragon tossed the life fruit right into its mouth. Instantly, pure energy surged straight through Xing Kong's body, and this absolutely blinding light erupted everywhere. His original strength was finally reborn. Just looking at him, you could tell Xing Kong was already in way better shape. He stepped right forward. Dragon Tamer, go ahead and summon your starry sky dragon. Lu Fan did exactly that, popping open a summoning portal. The massive dragon stepped right up behind him. I have a reward for you. Take it. This is the exact reward we agreed on. A system screen flashed. Star Brilliance form unlocked, power boosted by 500 to 1,000%. He could literally transform into a star-shattering god for 60 seconds. The Star Shatter skill literally generates a star. Crushing it triggers massive area of effect damage with its power scaling off a base strength of 13 million and world-destroying heavenly star. That summons a massive star core hitting 39 million damage. Then the star inside just keeps dividing and multiplying, skyrocketing the damage output. Finally, the starry sky dragon detonates the whole thing, causing apocalyptic world-ending destruction. And the starting amount of those stars, a casual 39 million. Lu Fan was blown away. This was totally worthy of a Dragon King tier skill. Now, here is where it gets crazy. System update. The Starry Sky Giant Dragon quest was fully complete. The reward let his dragon pet absorb the giant dragon's raw power instantly, upgrading every single skill right up to Dragon King tier. Murong Sheng just stood quietly watching all this happen right before his eyes. Xing Kong wasn't done yet. My benefactor. I have one final request. I want to visit your territory, so I can finally pay my respects to my mother, the Life Dragon King. Lu Fan gasped. You actually want to leave this place? Lu Fan was deep in thought. He had already warned Xing Kong and the Murong family that the Sakura nation was attacking Heaven's Blessing Island in exactly 3 days. The Murong family totally offered to help out, but he politely turned them down. A war like this, he didn't want to drag innocent people into the crossfire. But before leaving, he made a solid promise. Once the dragon finally met its mother, he would guarantee Xing Kong's safe return to the Murong family. With everything set, Lu Fan got straight to studying that adventurer's notebook he snagged from the Divine Ruin realm. So what do you and I do now? Just wait for the enemy to strike. Meanwhile, back at Heaven's Blessing Island's rest zone, Xiaoman came sprinting in with an urgent update. Lu Fan, something huge just happened. Breaking news. Hearing that, he instantly unlocked his phone to check the headlines. The 4 great pavilions of the Blossom Empire have arrived. Every single master is at peak 5th tier, rivaling the Dragon Nation's absolute best. Their ultimate goal, to eliminate our Dragon Tamer Luke. Luke quickly analyzes the situation. That is one massive enemy lineup. There is no way they brought this much firepower just for him. They want to intimidate everyone, secure an easy win, and completely take over the Tai Chi nation, right? But since they came looking for him, he is going to give them an unforgettable once-in-a-lifetime experience. One day later, dead of night, a massive warship floats across Sector 3 of the Black Sand Seas. Inside is Kaden, the level 120 Black Turtle Guardian, representing the Elite Martial Pavilion. Next to him is Ray, a level 120 Thunder Archmage from the Godly Pavilion. Then there is Fen, the level 120 Shadow Moon Ranger of the Moon Pavilion. Also present is Leo, a level 120 Sword Saint of the Sword Heart Pavilion. Plus Lord Arthur, a level 130 Dark Mage commanding the Heavenly Palace, and his level 119 disciple Max. Max points into the distance. Master, that area ahead is the final destination, pulling the 8-headed serpent's resentment. That Dragon Tamer Luke is definitely waiting for us up there. Arthur smirks to himself. This is the end of the trail. You are completely out of options, Dragon Tamer. That giant dragon will finally fall right into my hands. Their entire approach is being broadcast straight to a monitor. Luke grins and says, looks like our very special guests have finally arrived. The system interface pops up. Tier 2 Heavenly Fortune Island, covering roughly 43,000 square kilometers. Located in Black Sand Seas Sector 3. Storm cloud defenses are active, but the toxic fog remains turned off. Automated sky lightning is triggered. A glowing mark flashes across the pitch-black night sky, and massive thunderbolts crash down right where their warship is floating. Someone screams out in pure panic. The storm is too heavy. Seawater is flooding in. Quickly seal the ship doors right now. All ships pay attention. The Allied warship shield is officially deployed. Push the energy output to the absolute maximum limit. I repeat, use maximum energy. Mandy sighs in absolute disappointment. Oh man. Did they actually manage to block that attack? Luke casually reminds her. Do not rush it, Daphne, that was nothing more than a little appetizer. Meanwhile, Arthur and his forces have already washed ashore. Max quickly reports in. Master, the brutal storm and lightning strikes just claimed 40 lives. Most were below the 3rd tier, so our core combat strength suffered absolutely 0 losses. Arthur coldly evaluates the trap. Managing to occupy a dangerous place like this, that little brat actually has some decent skills. Then he firmly orders everyone to keep marching forward. Back inside, Luke taps options on the Tier 2 Heavenly Fortune Island system screen, which covers over 43,000 square kilometers of land. Black Sand Seas Sector 3 location confirmed. Storm cloud defense status is active, and now the deadly toxic fog is also turned on. Automated sky lightning strikes again. Out in the pitch-black sky, violent electricity crashes down, bringing a deeply sinister black mist with it. Someone warns the group. This fog is not normal at all. We better play it incredibly safe. But Arthur just laughs comfortably. Go ahead and test the water, show off your skills. The more extraordinary this place is, the higher its value will be when it finally belongs to me. Suddenly, a few soldiers collapse to the ground, violently vomiting everywhere. This strange fog is completely poisonous. My life force is rapidly draining away. Arthur instantly activates his purification healing spell. He scoffs in total disgust. Such cheap and pathetic little tricks. The system interface displays life resonance centering directly on the spellcaster. Within an 8-meter radius, the skill releases 3 powerful ripples of expanding healing energy. Every single healing wave that touches an allied unit instantly restores 15% of their maximum health, while also stacking a continuous natural healing buff right on top of that. Alright, you and I are about to see something insane. A soldier's neck is suddenly slashed by an unseen force. They completely panic. Enemy ambush, but we cannot see them anywhere. One of the elites comments, "Now this is a truly interesting welcome ceremony. They are just waiting for us to completely panic, right?" The system pops up. The secret moon technique weaves personal mental energy into an invisible mind net. At maximum power, it easily covers a massive 500-meter spherical radius. Within this mind net's range, absolutely every living body energy source and hidden trap unit will be marked as distinctly colored glowing light dots. It continuously feeds the distance, intensity, movement trajectories, and real-time combat data straight into the caster's consciousness. The tracker suddenly realizes something. This weird fog eating away at our energy is absolutely not naturally formed by the environment. Hiding in the total darkness, a level 80 Shadow Swordsman is violently exposed when Arthur unleashes his blinding illumination spell. System info reveals the underworld bone ring. Whenever someone enters a 3-meter radius around the wearer, it instantly detects hostile intent locking onto the target or any spatial fluctuations. The bone ring automatically activates on its own. No visual confirmation needed. It forcefully predicts the exact true location of the attacking body. Energy gathers at his fingertips, condensing into a freezing underworld ice arrow. The ice arrow automatically tracks and pierces right through the void. It completely ignores mid-tier stealth illusions and spatial movement effects. One of the men swiftly dispels the black fog. "You Dragon Tamers only play dirty tricks. Get out here right now." Illumination spell. This burst skill generates a blinding light effect that instantly drives away and suppresses all illusion and stealth cover effects within its range as long as they are mid-tier or lower. Stick with me, this gets wild. Luke just smiles calmly. Get ready to enjoy a very special performance, everyone. Over at the Shadow Island, surrounding the main castle, the tracker furiously unleashes his ultimate move. "You cowardly rats, get out here right now." Eye of the Thunder is wide open. The Eye of the Thunder successfully summons a massive, crackling, thunderous eye in the designated area, which lasts for exactly 3 seconds. It continuously releases a pulsing electric current, frying all stealth shadow creatures hiding in the zone. It deals sustained shock damage and violently forces every single one of them to reveal themselves. You and I are watching their squad unleash absolutely everything, focused right on one point. Blades drawn at maximum speed for a deadly horizontal slash. It creates a massive cleave that completely ignores physical defense for anything caught in that cone shape. Then comes Earth Shatter. A heavy sword smashes the ground so hard it sends a massive shockwave pushing forward. Any enemies passing through take huge damage and get knocked back temporarily. Shadow Heart-Piercing Arrow. They fire an arrow glowing with concentrated dark shadow energy. This move deals totally absurd physical damage to a single target, plus it throws in insane bonus damage specifically against shadow creatures. An arrogant, undead warrior taunts them. Like playing hide-and-seek. Too bad, I always know exactly which closet the ghost is hiding in. The troops heavily protect Arthur inside their tight formation. Meanwhile, Luke just calmly watches the whole thing unfold right on his screen. A mage steps up, using an illumination spell. It is a burst skill, creating an insanely bright light effect, designed to completely dispel and suppress any hidden illusion or stealth tricks. Stealth covers anything mid-tier and below. Centered right on the caster, the magic spell releases 3 distinct healing ripples that quickly spread out in a wide 8-meter radius. Every single ripple instantly restores 15% of maximum health when it touches an allied unit. Plus, it adds a super helpful natural regeneration buff on top of that. Arthur suddenly shouts out, "We cannot stay here for long. Set your targets straight for the ancient city." The entire army pushes forward for a fast win, but the soldiers are already showing clear exhaustion. The group finally spots the distant castle. Arthur gives a cold sneer. "You hid well, but it does not change the simple fact that you are a fish in a barrel." Luke has been waiting for this prey forever, and they arrived even slower than expected. He grins. "Welcome everyone to my personal hunting ground." Suddenly, massive giant hands erupt from underground. A terrifying legion of Shadow Death has lined up and is completely ready. A whole barrage of system alerts pop up. Shadow Dirge Singer level 95, Shadow Earth Digger level 90, and the Shadow Soul Reaper sitting at level 85. The troops are ambushed, constantly collapsing to the ground. A brutal sound wave bursts outward, leaving the soldiers screaming in absolute extreme agony. He roars in anger. He was waiting. I will hunt you bugs down one by one and crush you. Derek instantly activates his Heavenly Thunder domain to rip things open. The info displays the Heavenly Thunder domain covering a massive spherical airspace with a 100-meter radius. In a flash, it weaves into a crazy three-dimensional spiderweb made entirely of high-density lightning. For all flying units, spirit entities, and shadow-type creatures caught inside the zone, it actively deals an insane 200% lightning magic damage every single second. Level 95 Shadow Dragon Generals suddenly appear. Derek hurls brutal lightning blasts right at them and yells, "Stop playing God and acting like ghosts," Luke says with totally amused interest, a 5th-tier master handling mere grunts. Did their nation really play their absolute trump card this hastily? His finger swipes across the screen cleanly, locking targets. Now watch this. The magic cannons are in position. Magic cannons perfectly charged to 100%. A massive row of cannons fires simultaneously, violently blowing the entire squad of soldiers into the air. Arthur compares this insane explosive power, terrified that it genuinely equals epic-tier equipment. Derek cries out in total shock. Magic cannons. Why does Luke have gear from the legendary Snow Legion? He shoots out a massive lightning sphere, but the overload makes Derek violently cough up blood, while those dragon generals stay completely unharmed. He can only stand there and watch helplessly as a huge fireball shoots over. Then the entire ground explodes into a massive smoking crater. One guy mutters in absolute stun. Second brother did not even leave a corpse behind. Arthur fiercely orders, "Deploy the Fearless Shield, everyone. Retract formation now." The system notification shows Fearless Shield fully released. The Fearless Shield uses a Divine Giant artifact as its core center, deploying a massive hemispherical Fearless domain with a crazy 50-meter radius. While this solid domain is active, it provides an absolute defensive shield in the zone for all allied units to share safely. The mighty shield has an independent durability value of exactly 10,000. As long as it is up, any damage taken by allies gets heavily prioritized and absorbed by its durability. Current Fearless Shield durability sits at 10,000 out of 10,000. The durability of the Fearless Shield quickly plummets to 8,821. His finger smoothly taps a control button, activating the Sky Thunder waterfall from his level 2 Heaven Blessing Island territory. Covering over 43,000 square kilometers, located in Zone 3 of the Black Sea. Defensive State Storm Thunder Clouds activated. Poison Fog enabled. The Fearless Shield durability violently drops to 6,135 out of 10,000. He screams out in pure panic, "Hold the line." An endless barrage of fireballs blasts into the defense sphere, bringing up a fresh system notification. Shield durability hits 4,135. It keeps tanking, dropping rapidly to 2,135. And finally, the Fearless Shield drops to absolute zero. Right now, the entire squad trapped inside is getting incinerated by massive fire and lightning. That shield user makes a frantic run for it. Unable to hold on, he retreats toward the command ship to trigger teleportation. But when a lightning bolt strikes him, pure despair sets in. He screams out, "Master, your disciple is completely useless." On the scorched ground, only white bones remain. Arthur speaks up with heavy finality. "They are all entirely dead." One survivor says bitterly, "Master, absolutely no one from the 4 great sects is left." Another chimes in, "It seems we all just became helpless actors in his sick script." Incredible tricks for a guy who is supposed to be a lowly level 70 Dragon Tamer, Arthur says with explosive fury. To use such treacherous tricks, burying hundreds of years of our empire's foundation in seconds. This heavy blood debt absolutely must be paid in blood. We are about to see this get wild. He declares, "All forces advance now, we must win." Yin Tianzi whips out a talisman-covered puppet. It shatters, letting him escape the lightning strike zone, the underworld substitute skill. It triggers the moment he takes fatal damage, or whenever an inescapable locked-on attack comes his way. This automatic lifesaver burns through a massive chunk of his yin energy and a little life force. It creates a shadow puppet linked directly to his aura. This decoy is forced to tank the entire lethal hit for him. 100 Demons Night Parade. He instantly splits his body into 12 clones, each holding 20% of his life force. They scatter at blinding speed in every direction, leaving dark afterimages behind. Meanwhile, Infinite Prison enters the legendary Sword Heart Clarity state. In this zone, his perception and reaction speed get a crazy 500% boost. He can literally predict the future, seeing the exact trajectory of incoming attacks a full second early. Shadow Moon Ghost Path fires off a special dark arrow that can bend its trajectory. But it doesn't aim for the body. It detonates at a specific spot, creating a massive dark singularity zone that lasts for 2 whole seconds. Inside that zone, any energy attack passing through gets completely deflected by an insane gravitational pull. Junfeng glares at the castle. That cannon killed my brother Dragon Tamer. I will rip out your soul to avenge the fallen heroes of the Sakura Nation. As a wave of healing power washes over him, Yin Tianzi is stunned. My wounds, even my corrupted meridians, are actually regenerating right now. He mutters in pure, absolute disbelief. This isn't just magic. This is a pure blessing from the origin of life itself. Right over there, a creature radiates that intense healing energy. Qin Yi plots silently. If I claim that heavenly treasure's power, why bow to anyone? Yin Tianzi wouldn't even be a threat to me anymore. Lu Fan smirks. The sheer greed in their eyes is glowing brighter than his own magic cannon. Greed consumes Yin Tianzi. A divine tree like this entire island, it will all be mine. You and I know our MC isn't letting that happen. He's about to brutally crush their arrogant little daydreams. Now, the real show begins. He forms, hand seals, power erupts, and system alerts start flooding his screen. God-killing summon. The ritual burns through massive yin energy and 100-year-old cursed bones. The consumed materials drag a ghost god onto the battlefield. It uses the bones as a vessel, dropping a terrifying aura over everyone. God-killing summon Yubume. This move burns medium yin energy and a deep crimson bone. The Yubume descends, turning its umbrella into a blade for lightning-fast wind slashes. Next up, the Tengu summon, Wind Sacrifice. He burns more energy and a black feather to summon the mighty Great Tengu. It hits the field using gale force wings to brutally tear apart their anti-air defenses. Yin Mazi panics master. Something's wrong. He's too calm. He wonders, is this a bluff or does he have backing? Qin Yi smirks. Today we restore Yagyu's honor. Junfeng readies his bow. Not a bad stage. Dying here is an honor for him. Lu Fan mocks them. Over 1,000 dead, only 4 left, and you're still acting arrogant. Kill him, Yin Tianzi screams. They charge at Lu Fan. But suddenly massive firepower rains down from the sky. It's bronze. The dragon violently snatches one of them in its claws. Yin Tianzi freezes a massive unknown dragon. Qin Yi freezes. Impossible. Junfeng trembles, absolutely crushed by the dragon's terrifying aura. Yin Mozi panics. Master, its level. It's higher than yours. Suddenly, the ground in the distance violently explodes into rubble. Bronze hoists a guy by the throat and unleashes an earth-shattering roar, its massive claws squeezing the life right out of him. Bronze growls out, flame. Come out here. This spicy and sour trash actually tastes great. Inside, Qinthu realizes giant dragons actually love flavored snacks. Hang Ke watches nervously. Is Lu Fan going to be in danger? A massive fire vortex tears open the sky. Flame steps out, eyeing the prey. Still edible. Roasting them at high heat will really lock in that flavor. Though I highly doubt this weakling can even survive my intense heat. Yin Mozi sprints for his life. Where did this crazy Dragon Tamer even come from? Flame glares coldly, then brutally slams its massive tail down. His agonizing screams echo from the scorching blaze. Yin Tianzi watches, absolutely paralyzed by total fear. By the time Flame turns around, Yin Tianzi is bolting. Lu Fan yells out, "Hey friends, looks like they're trying to escape." Bronze just smirks. Relax. Up above, Cloud spreads his massive wings. They aren't going anywhere. Every wing flap whips up a violent tornado, sucking the group high into the sky. Damn it, one screams in sheer rage. Cloud openly mocks the others. You two couldn't even watch a few pathetic ants. All right, you and I are dropping right back into the madness. Flame replies, they only came because they smelled food. Lu Yun screams to stay back. Meanwhile, Qingtong calmly explains that eating is a harsh survival necessity, not a game. The two-headed dragon joins this brutal feast, eating with surprisingly polite and elegant manners. Looks like they think we are just extra baggage. They didn't plan on leaving even a single scrap behind. They told you two to clean up the mess, but instead, you are secretly feasting right here. Lu Fan flies right over to them. They arrived at the perfect time. These guys were never actually a major threat. Lu Yun waits for orders, asking exactly how they should dispose of them. He answers that the defense check is fully complete. Nothing hidden on this island can be exposed to the outside world. The two-headed dragon totally gets his brutal hint and takes action. Understood. Yin Tianzi begs for mercy as the violent tornado wraps around him. Wait, spare my life, I can work for you. I only came here to help my foolish disciple. He is already dead, so there is no need for me to die too. Intrigued, Lu Fan asks what he can possibly offer to buy back his own life. He pulls back his heavy hood. Let me go, and I can officially recommend you to the highest noble ranks of the Sakura Empire. How about it? Keeping me alive lets you grab all the resources of the Sakura Empire. You can control the whole nation. I will be totally loyal to you, making you the true hidden ruler behind the Sakura Empire. His two disciples speak up. Master, is this your true nature, as the lord of the heavenly Yin Palace? Wagging your tail at the enemy and selling out your country, truly an amazing performance. I originally thought you simply used extremely ruthless and brutal methods. I never expected you to be entirely rotten to the core. You completely threw away every last ounce of your samurai spirit and discarded your final shred of human dignity without blinking. He barks back at them to shut up. What do you idiots know? Only by surviving do we have a future. If we die, nothing else matters. Qin Yi Junfeng, can your so-called honor and dignity actually block the devastating breath of a massive dragon? Not a chance. Qin Yi strongly objects. Teaming up with a cowardly survivor like you is the absolute biggest disgrace of my life as a proud Lu Sheng warrior. Junfeng heavily mocks him. Lord Yin Tianzi, looking at your pathetic face right now, even acting as an obedient dog would just disgust people. Furious, he screams back. You stubborn, old-fashioned fools. I sacrificed absolutely everything I had, just to stand at the very peak of the Sakura Empire. If you aren't afraid of dying, then just die. Now you and I gotta wonder if this is level 5. Does getting closer to a god's power make you this dangerously insane? Yin Tianzi desperately begs. My respected lord, you heard them. They are completely stubborn, but I am entirely different from those doomed fools. I just want to survive. Spare me. The entire Sakura Empire is just a stepping stone for you. You are the actual ruler here. Lu Fan replies that he makes a pretty solid point. Hope sparks in the villain's dark heart, so it's a deal. But Lu Fan softly warns him. Do you know what I hate the absolute most? Yin Tianzi stammers nervously. What is it? He answers calmly. You remind me of an old friend. Chen Tianji once begged, just like this, saying he was wrong, asking for mercy. He was the kind of person who sold his own dignity for profit and surrendered to foreign enemies without a fight. The root-winged dragon prepares to send them to their graves. Qin Yi speaks proudly. A loss is a loss, but at least I fought this final battle with everything I had. Junfeng chimes in next. We are only the vanguard. The future generations of the Sakura Empire will eventually capture the giant dragon. Only Yin Tianzi panics entirely. No, I really don't want to die. The two-headed dragon unleashes an ice and fire purgatory. The twin heads perfectly gather absolute freezing cold and intensely burning origins together. They launch one totally devastating combo attack, right at the target zone. Frost and flames will constantly ravage the area, ensuring all enemy units suffer massive mixed damage over time. His entire body sinks into that chaotic swirling power. The two-headed dragon completely wipes out the entire battlefield all by itself. Up ahead, one side is pure ice, the other a fiery hell. He thinks back. Last time, Sword Saint Han used a fake death skill to escape. Could that happen again? Lu Fan asks aloud, are they actually dead this time? Is there any chance they have some crazy revival trick? The doublehead replies, our power is easily equal to a human's 6th tier. If they tried using any dirty survival skill to come back to life, they absolutely could not escape our advanced magical senses. Enough talking. Just crush them completely and burn them until not even a speck of ash remains. Hearing this, Lu Fan finally feels completely reassured. Good. From behind, Han Kei's group runs up quickly. Little Fan, are you all right? Any injuries? That explosion just now was absolutely massive. Lu Fan calms them down. I am totally fine. The annoying problem is permanently solved. Sword Shadow looks at the absolute destruction ahead. Seems like it really is over. Lu Fan asks them a favor, help clean up the battlefield. The leftover loot looks pretty huge. Xiaomen starts picking up the gear. So much top-tier loot here. Lu Fan glances out toward the ocean, where 12 massive warships are still floating. He calculates quietly, if he could upgrade them into Andrea's Sea Emperor tier magic battleships, building a full fleet would be absolutely insane. Too bad the Ye and Murong families are located deep in the western mountains. They don't need these giant naval warships at all. Besides, Morozo could only fix up one ship for himself. Maintaining the rest of them would just be a massive headache, so instead, Lu Fan pulls out his phone to make a call. Stick with me here because he just found the perfect way to gift Du Jing a massive present. Let's kick things off at the far north military camp. Tu Jing slams his desk in pure shock. What? You wiped out the entire Sakura Nation ambush force and captured 12 of their warships. Yeah, you heard that right. Lu Fan confirms the crazy news. 11 warships are yours. I'm keeping one to upgrade. Deal Tu Jing is absolutely losing his mind with excitement. Good, unbelievably good. I'll send a team to Dragon Capital Academy tomorrow for the handover. Fast forward to the next day, a massive spatial portal rips right open in the Academy's sky. Everyone looks up in total awe. A squad riding flying beasts descends straight out of the teleportation gate. Leading the pack Zheng Gong. His level is unknown, but he's the Golden Wing commander of the Lion Legion. His squad touches down. Lu Fan steps right up to meet them. Did Senior Tu Jing send you guys? I've been waiting here forever for you. The massive beasts finally settle into the academy grounds. Zheng Gong hops down from his mount and gives a sharp nod. Greetings, Lu Fan. I'm Gold Badge Zheng Gong of the Lion Legion. I'm here under the Northern Marquis's orders to secure those captured warships. Lu Fan actually recognizes him. This is the exact same Gold Badge officer who handled that crazy cultist ambush back in the Taiki Nation. Small world. He hands over a storage ring. Commander Zheng, thanks for the hard work. All 11 of the Sakura Nation's standard magic warships are packed right in here. Go ahead, take a look. The system screen pops up. This ring provides an independent space and time storage slot. Zheng Gong inspects the ring closely. The system specs immediately pop up: a Firmament-class strategic magic warship. It comes fully loaded with 36 divine magic cannons and a comprehensive shield system. The main Starfall Judgment Cannon. Once fully charged up, it can literally vaporize an entire mountain range. Plus, the AI Tactical Center lets a single person pilot the whole ship for combat. He lights up with joy. Firepower modules, defensive arrays, power cores, they are all absolute top tier. This is good, incredibly good. Comrade Lu Fan, I've checked them all. All 11 warships are in completely perfect condition, and the hardware is flawless. This massive haul is going to be a huge boost for our nation. Researching these foreign warships will give us an edge. For an insane contribution like this, you deserve an equally huge military reward. Hand over your merit medal for a second, will you? Lu Fan grins and tosses it over. It's the standard gold military merit medal for the Lion Legion. Legendary quality. This accessory is already maxed out at the highest possible tier, so it literally can't be upgraded anymore. Zheng Gong hands him a sleek box. Because of that, the Lion Legion actually prepared a completely unique, one-of-a-kind medal just for you. Every single contribution you've made is tracked inside. It's the special military merit medal of the Lion Legion. Legendary quality accessory. Lu Fan takes the shiny gold medal and pins it right to his chest. He shrugs it off. It's just a formality. Honestly, helping out the nation matters a lot more to me than getting shiny medals. Zheng Gong salutes goodbye. The handover is complete. If there's nothing else, my team and I will head back to the Legion and report in. But Lu Fan steps forward. Commander Zhang, wait a second. He leans in and lowers his voice. Now you and I know Lu Fan is crazy, but listen to this. Warships aside, I've got a terrifying idea. This is huge. Honestly, even Senior 2 probably wouldn't have the authority to make the final call on his own. Zheng Gong looks totally stunned. Not even the Legion commander can decide. Then who exactly do you need to see? He finally drops the bomb. I want a face-to-face meeting with the 3 elders of the Dragon Nation. Commander Zheng, can you hook me up? The commander nods slowly. Understood. The boss already warned me, whatever you say needs to be taken super seriously. I'll report this to him immediately. Follow me. Fast forward 2 hours later. We're right in the high-level administrative district of the Dragon Capital. Zheng Gong leads Lu Fan straight to the VIP's office. He pauses at the heavy door. Go on in. Inside sits Han Fei Bai, a top official and one of the legendary 3 elders. He sips his tea calmly. It's been quite a while since we last met, hasn't it? I hear you just dropped a massive gift in the Lion Legion's lap. And now you've got some terrifying idea to share with me. Lu Fan bows respectfully. Greetings, Elder Han. A little while later, the tea sessions wrap up and the cups are totally empty. He wraps up his wild presentation. So yeah, that's my entire plan. Fei Bai downs another cup of tea, slams it down, and just says, follow me. Heavy security lines the hallway outside. Fei Bai breezes right past the guards with a strict order. Hold the perimeter. Nobody gets close to this room. Lu Fan is secretly shocked. Even the 4 absolute swords, his top elite personal bodyguards, are staying outside. Clearly, the elder is taking his crazy idea very seriously. The heavy office doors click completely shut. The elder points right to the chair across his massive desk. Take a seat. We've actually considered your idea before, but honestly, we've always been missing the right opportunity and a solid enough foundation to pull it off. Lu Fan leans forward, eyes locked. The Tianyin Shrine Lord literally invaded my territory with massive warships. My life was seriously threatened. I'd say right now is the perfect opportunity. Fei Bai nods in full agreement. It really is the perfect timing. But if we make this move, we have to wipe them out clean. The Sakura Nation has a lot more backing them than just the Tianyin Shrine. There are hidden deadly threats we absolutely must eliminate. After the absolute disaster in the Taichi Nation, you're literally the only guy who can pull this off. And of course, we're not expecting you to work for free. You and I know what this means. If he wins, the Sakura Nation joins the Dragon Nation's map. Elder Han is making an ironclad promise here. As long as it doesn't threaten the nation's core foundation, he will do absolutely whatever it takes to meet Lu Fan's demands. Lu Fan is completely thrilled. Elder Han, are you serious? I just have to name my price, he asks eagerly. Elder Han doesn't hesitate at all. Whatever you need. If you can handle this problem perfectly and permanently end the threat to the Dragon Nation's eastern borders, your personal request instantly becomes the entire nation's highest priority. The stakes are officially sky high right now. Perfect, Lu Fan replies immediately without missing a beat. I need a massive amount of materials containing pure, concentrated life energy. The higher the quality, the better. Any type works, but I need as much as possible. He is already doing the math in his head. Right now, the Life Dragon King creates life seeds, using energy converted from the blessed light spring and high-level enemy corpses. But honestly, that's just not fast enough for his grand plan. At that extremely slow rate, it only produces 1 seed per year. If he gets enough life-rich materials, he can seriously speed up the whole process. Elder Han agrees instantly, promising to mobilize the national reserves and resources from every major noble family out there. They are going all in to fully supply his crazy demands. However much you need, you'll get it until you're completely satisfied. Hearing this, Lu Fan steps forward and firmly shakes the old man's hand. Then, I really look forward to working with you. Elder Han, let's get straight into the actual battle plan. The old man smiles, sealing their deal. A pleasure cooperating. Come on, take a seat. We need to nail down the exact details for step 1. I'll also give you the full list and exact locations of those little rats we're hunting down. That powerful handshake marks the beginning of something truly massive. As the old man and the young powerhouse spend hours plotting in secret, a terrifying storm starts brewing quietly in the east. Everything is about to change because of this single conversation. By the time Lu Fan finally leaves, he's holding the highly classified documents. Elder Han's intel is wild, and here's what you and I need to know. The Sakura Nation actually has tons of hidden experts outside the Heavenly Sound Palace. Lu Fan can't delay this, he has to strike right now. Meanwhile, on Heavenly Blessing Island, inside the Shadow City's dining hall, little Han slides over some food. Sister Han, you really need to eat more. You just finished cleaning up the whole battlefield and still cooked for everyone. You must be totally exhausted, right? She asks, looking concerned. But wait, where did Lu Fan go? He just got back and disappeared again. Chin Chu chimes in quickly. I actually just saw him heading outside a minute ago. Outside, the two-headed dragon is having a very tense chat with him. Wiping out the entire Sakura Nation. Are you seriously trying to use us to start a massive war? Just because Mother and the rest of us acknowledge you, that definitely doesn't mean you can just do whatever you want. Humans really are greedy creatures, always pushing their luck. Lu Fan doesn't back down. I'm not just doing whatever I want. This is a carefully calculated arrangement made after a closed-door meeting. Once this is done, the entire nation's supply of life energy materials will be funneled directly to the Life Dragon King without stopping. Lu Yun looks completely stunned. Wait, is that actually true? The 3 elders of the Dragon Nation agreed to it, Lu Fan replies smoothly. Why would I lie? Elder Han personally guaranteed that 3 days after the mission everything gets delivered. The two-headed dragon finally caves. If it helps Mother, I accept this mission. But if you break your promise, I will completely reduce your territory to nothing but ashes. Lu Fan pulls out a detailed map with zero hesitation. I give you my absolute word. These classified documents contain your main targets. It marks the exact locations of 13 top-tier Sakura Nation experts. They have been eyeing the Dragon Nation for too long, and we are wiping them out in one swift, brutal strike. The Dragon Nation gets total border security, and the Dragon race gets to thrive. This is a massive win-win for both of us. Lu Yun nods in serious agreement. I'll do absolutely anything if it speeds up Mother's full recovery process. Lu Fan lays it all out. The routes and targets are already marked. You have exactly 2 days. Is that enough time? The bronze dragon is overflowing with confidence as they fly off to hunt. Now watch closely. Lu Fan knows this 2-day Sakura festival is about to get incredibly chaotic for everyone involved. Fast forward 2 days later. The Sakura festival officially kicks off, and the streets of the Sakura Nation's capital are absolutely packed with bustling crowds. Meanwhile, deep inside the grand capital of the Sakura Nation, inside the Imperial Palace Hall, Emperor Zunren is completely furious. Where on earth are the 4 great faction leaders? The entire country is celebrating their 5th class awakening, and they just vanished. A nervous subordinate quickly reports in. The Heavenly Yin Emperor took them. He claimed they were heading to the Dragon Nation to fulfill your grand vision of expanding our borders. Zunren doesn't know the terrible truth, yet just hoping they return with a massive victory. But right mid-conversation, a massive shadow darkens the glass. Zunren sprints to the window, his eyes widening in pure shock. It's a dragon. An actual terrifying giant dragon. High above, the 2-headed dragon rains down brutal blasts of ice and fire. Down below, the elite capital guard forces are thrown into total panic. Captain, can we actually stop that huge monster? A terrified soldier yells. The captain grits his teeth hard. Even if we can't, we have to hold the line. The 2-headed dragon slams straight into the ground, destroying everything. Near the grand shrines, the desperate priests are screaming. Focus your spirits, this is our very last chance, but it's completely useless. The fire dragon casually whips its massive tail, instantly crushing dozens of enemies flat. Back inside the crumbling palace, a subordinate drops to his knees. Emperor. Under the giant dragon's assault, our defenses are collapsing everywhere. You need to evacuate right now. Zunren furiously punches the wall in total disbelief. Why is a dragon attacking the Sakura Nation? Who is behind this absolute madness right now? Who can even stop this thing? Those 4 damn faction leaders when I need them the absolute most. Where the hell have they disappeared to? The guard replies frantically. The 4 factions and the Heavenly Sound Palace are basically headless snakes right now. Total chaos, but we still have hidden experts among our people. There's hope. At the same time, in a perfectly peaceful garden, we meet Nakamura Yuki. He is a level 125 divine assassin. The Great Lord Nakamura is just calmly holding a meeting. 2 of his loyal subordinates step up to report. The Emperor just sent an urgent message for us to return to the capital. He only remembers us now. Doesn't the sovereign usually just rely on the 4 great lords and the Heavenly Sound Palace? The bronze dragon flies straight in. Target acquired. It uses its massive body to completely crush a house. Hanshi furiously stands up, yelling, "Who dares mess with the Nakamura family?" But seeing it, panic hits him hard. A dragon. Why is there a massive dragon suddenly appearing right here? The bronze dragon just glares at him. A 5th-tier class changer. Looks like he is exactly the guy it needs. Smash. The claws come down, crushing the 3rd target. Meanwhile, reports roll in the Sovereign Plus, the Nakamura, Akata, and Soramachi families, all completely wiped out by massive dragons. Su Ren laughs out loud. Excellent, Yinghua Nation is completely finished. Xia Chen carefully helps him walk away. Sovereign, it is no longer safe here. I will get you out. But wait, Lu Yun, the wind dragon arrives, confirming its target. It flaps its wings, unleashing wind meteorites. Space locks down, deploying a brutal wind pressure singularity right inside the target. The entire structure violently detonates. Everything caught in that massive range instantly dissolves into pure wind elemental particles. Target successfully eliminated. A savage tornado swallows the whole building. Over on the Flame Dragon side, everything is already burnt to crisp ash. Job done. The hit list is cleared, and all targets are dead. The 2-headed dragon isn't satisfied yet. Dead already, I haven't killed nearly enough. Another dragon barks back, shut your mouth and head back. All right, you and I need to see the fallout. Next day, Taiki Nation's Dan Palace. Leading the meeting is Dan Jun, level 128, Tier 5 Spirit Controller, Grand Prince's heir. He reports the massive dragon strike on Yinghua Nation, confirming their sovereign is dead. The Yin Emperor took the 4 great lords away. Yinghua Nation is literally headless now. It's absolute chaos, which makes this our perfect chance to strike first. He continues, everyone here probably sees exactly why the Yin Emperor made such an arrogant comeback. His true ultimate target is actually our very own Taiki nation. Bing Xian points out that for years, Yinghua nation has constantly opposed them in the economy, military power, and every other major field. They even secretly joined forces with all those massive multinational corporations, actively scheming to completely overthrow our powerful Taiki nation from the inside. Dan Jun agrees. As long as they exist for even one more day, they threaten Taiki's military power. Yinghua nation's wild ambition simply refuses to die. Right now is the absolute best moment for us to launch an attack. Those massive dragon strikes just wiped out so many of Yinghua nation's hidden top-tier experts. Everyone instantly roars together. We will all follow Dan Jun's commands without question. He orders exactly 72 hours for full preparation. Once time is up, they will launch a full-scale invasion and conquer all of Yinghua nation. If any of you show truly outstanding performance during this conquest battle, I will personally make you the master of Yinghua nation. You will rule the entire country in my place. And Bingshen, a level 117 tier 4 curse grandmaster, speaks up. I absolutely must take that highest position. But suddenly a blinding light erupts right above Dan Jun's head and a gigantic bird materializes right in front of him. The others leap up in pure terror. What the heck is that? Dan Jun cautiously probes. The three-legged golden crow. Who are you? The giant bird's body slowly morphs into a human shape. He is stunned. It's Elder Shu Ming, Dragon Capital's top brass, and one of Dragon Nation's 3 elders. He casually says, Dan Jun, long time no see. He tests the waters. Elder Shu, visiting like this. Do you have some advice? But inside he's cursing. Damn it, how did he just casually show up here? Dan Jun clicks a remote hidden behind his back, rapidly activating his personal energy shield. Shu Ming sees right through the cheap trick. Listen here, Dan Jun. Do you honestly believe that flimsy little toy can actually block an attack from me? Besides, my old ears didn't hear wrong, did they? Just now you said you wanted to take these guys to Yinghua Nation and actually take it over? Dan Jun panics, thinking to himself. From the massive secrets discussed in our private meeting just now down to the tiny movement of sneaking my shield on behind my back. Every single move we make is trapped under his control. How many inches of land in this entire city actually belong to us anymore? He defends himself. Previously, Yinghua Nation's 4 great family heads arrogantly emerged under the Yin Emperor's fierce leadership, specifically to take over our entire Taiki nation. Now that Yinghua's top brass has been completely wiped out, this is a seriously rare strategic opportunity for us. Shu Ming interrupts. Strategic opportunity. Let me tell you 3 cold hard facts. A tiny orb of intense energy condenses on his fingertip. Shu Ming points out. Number 1. The situation in Yinghua Nation is completely controlled by the Dragon Nation. Bingxian is shocked. Yinghua Nation's massive chaos was actually orchestrated by Dragon Nation. Shu Ming raises exactly 2 fingers. Number 2. The Yin Emperor and the 4 Great Lords were entirely eliminated by us. Dan Jun can't believe it. Every single one is dead. Shu Ming holds up his 3rd finger, offering a lethal threat. Drop those foolish thoughts right now. Yinghua Nation will be fully absorbed into the Dragon Nation. You guys won't get a single drop of profit from this. Dan Jun shouts back. Elder Shu, how am I supposed to verify any of this news? What if Dragon Nation just wants to steal all of Yinghua Nation's resources and completely fabricated these claims? You want Taiki to abandon such an epic opportunity based purely on your one-sided story? Shu Ming casually asks back. You don't believe me. Now watch this masterclass in intimidation. He raises that fiery orb. Then go ahead and try. If you send troops today, Shu Ming's shadow fades away tomorrow. Those massive dragons might just blast through Taiki Nation. Think very carefully. Alright, you and I are witnessing absolute chaos. Taeguk Nation just went through a massive regime change. Their military is completely exhausted. Can they really survive the wrath of a giant dragon again? Pure terror. Someone nervously wipes the cold sweat pouring down their face. They realize he can actually teleport straight into the Dan family estate. Dan Quinn realizes this is the true terrifying power of Dragon Nation. He silently thanks his lucky stars he didn't act recklessly. Otherwise, his home would become a total wasteland right alongside Sakura Nation. Vance, a level 112 Holy Oracle, desperately begs him. He warns Dan that Taeguk Nation absolutely cannot endure Dragon Nation's brutal revenge, pleading for him to choose carefully. He grinds his teeth and accepts it instantly, ordering all military operations to cancel. And he makes one thing clear: nobody breathes a single word about what just happened here. 1 week later, at the Imperial Palace inside Sakura Nation's capital, Joe Flowers, a high-ranking diplomat and envoy from Dragon Nation, slides a massive agreement across the table. This exact document signifies that Sakura Nation is fully agreeing to accept major economic support and joint security cooperation directly from Dragon Nation. Tyson, the interim ruler of Sakura Nation, picks up the document. Pure panic hits him when he sees the clause demanding the permanent disbandment of their top factions. The tension inside the Imperial Palace Council Hall is absolutely suffocating right now. Joe coldly reminds him that this is the absolute foundation for their partnership and their future security. Once signed, Tyson officially becomes the highest leader of the new Sakura Zone under Dragon Nation. Then they can immediately begin rescue and massive rebuilding operations. Joe calmly watches Tyson finally sign it. Joe reaches out for a handshake. The deal is sealed. From this exact moment, Sakura Nation is absorbed into Dragon Nation as the Sakura Zone stepping forward hand in hand. The massive news spreads quickly. Zero conflict. Just full absolute cooperation across the board. The smooth transfer of power in the Sakura Zone and the creation of an interim government are successfully completed. In the days that follow, the entire Sakura Zone basically shifts toward total stability with social order perfectly restored. Sakura Nation is officially history, making Dragon Nation's map infinitely more powerful. Recognizing how monumental this massive conquest truly is, our main character Luke Vance decides to temporarily stay back at Heaven's Blessing Island to monitor the evolving situation. He plans to wait until everything is completely settled before heading to the extreme north to hunt down another massive beast like the Ice Dragon King. Meanwhile, Old Man Cole keeps his promise. Almost every single day he ships an endless supply of materials packed with pure life energy to Heaven's Blessing Island. Thanks to this insane batch of resources, the Life Dragon King actually manages to recover quite a bit. The ripening process for the mysterious life seeds also speeds up insanely fast as a result. In just one short month, these rare seeds that usually take an entire year to fully ripen are already showing various stages of mature growth right before his eyes. Based on this crazy progression, in just 3 months, the life seeds will fully mature. And in 6 months, a brand new baby dragon is going to be born. Now stick with me here. This massive material supply doesn't just speed up the Life Dragon King seed refining. A wild barrage of system updates suddenly floods the screen. The blue dragon levels up directly to rank 68. Incinerating absolutely everything in its path, the ruined dragon simply flaps its massive wings, unleashing 4 flaming tornado strikes that deal absolutely devastating damage to any target caught inside. The black dragon officially levels up to rank 70. Roaring thunder aggressively smashes into the target area, triggering a massive shockwave storm that deals insane lightning damage while completely paralyzing any enemies unlucky enough to be caught within the blast zone. Honestly, even the basic experience accumulation efficiency right there on Heaven's Blessing Island has multiplied several times over compared to how it used to be. Evil karma suddenly erupts, completely changing the attack attribute straight into pure fire. Every single time it claims a life, the karma fire attack permanently increases by 0.1%. The current total boost is sitting at 14.6%, pushing their strength to the absolute limit. Blade levels up to 50. And Tina also directly hits level 50. Starlight Annihilation. This summons a blinding holy light, dealing incredibly high magic damage to all enemies in range, naturally accompanied by a brutal holy burn effect. Any burned enemy will suffer continuous light attribute damage every single second they stand there. At the exact same time, their magic resistance drops by 20, lasting for 6 full seconds. The whole crew actively hunts down terrifying shadow creatures across the island every single day. The Emerald Dragon hits level 70, while Luke levels up to an insane rank 74. The Mighty Steel Dragon powers up to level 63, and the Deadly Poison Dragon reaches rank 68. In just one incredibly short and intense month, the Starry Dragon impressively reaches level 69. Ken grinds his way up to level 15, and Tara also successfully hits level 15. The battle strength of the entire squad has truly skyrocketed beyond all expectations. 1 month later, time practically flies by. With Sakura Nation completely stabilized, Luke finally decides it is time to charge straight into the frozen extreme north. The very next day, high above the new Griffin Legion barracks in the extreme north, he stares down at the situation. Stepping into the extreme realm, he clearly feels the true pulse of the blood moon. Every single tremor hits harder, exactly like a giant sleeping beast slowly waking up. Just exactly as Senior Tucker warned them before, the constantly increasing blood moon activity forced the Griffin Legion to abandon their original barracks, heavily pulling their main defense line backward. Down below, the troops quickly draw their bows, shouting about an enemy attack and ordering him to freeze. Luke simply pulls out his special medal. "Relax, I am an ally." They immediately drop their weapons, saluting strictly. "Apologies for the disrespect." "All right, let's jump right back in." "Greetings, Gold Badge Commander." Lu Fan touches down. "I'm just here to see Senior Tujing with some good wine." Boom, old friends reunited. Chang Kong's face lights up instantly. "Lu Fan, you actually made it." Right in front of him stands Chang Kong, a level 76 Tier 3 Holy Shield Knight proudly representing the 78th Squad. And standing right beside him is Lu Fei. He's level 82, a heavy-hitting Divine Punishment Knight, and the official captain leading the 78th Squad into battle. Lu Fei spots that custom-made gold badge. Absolutely stunned, the captain immediately throws up a crisp salute. "Pardon the disrespect, Commander." Lu Fan just waves it off with a grin. "Captain Lu, no need to be a stranger. Gold badge or not, I'm still the exact same rookie you trained." Lu Fei just chuckles at that. "Our squad literally just got back from a brutal mission yesterday to rest up, and here you are already." Chang Kong nods right along in agreement. Exactly. We are all basically brothers in arms here." "Kid, you're insane. You're ranking up so fast, it's like you're flying." Lu Fei smiles warmly. "Looks like fate really wanted to keep our paths crossed out here on the battlefield." Then it hits Lu Fan. "Wait a second. Captain Lu Chang Kong. Why isn't Sister Shen Tai here with you?" The mood instantly drops. Chang Kong looks away, delivering the crushing news she was killed in action 3 months ago. Lu Fan's eyes widen in pure disbelief. How is that even possible? What the hell happened? Lu Fei explains the nightmare. They were on patrol when the Blood Moon's core suddenly mutated. Massive waves of pitch-black demonic gas just started erupting from absolutely everywhere. That black gas infected Shen Tai's body, spreading through her wounds insanely fast. Lu Fei was screaming his lungs out. "Chang Kong, get her back to the medical camp now." But Shen Tai was already too weak. "It's too late," she whispered. Lu Fei chokes up. Before she completely lost her mind, she begged him to end her life. She was agonizing on the ground. "The zombie mutation is swallowing me. Kill me," she screamed. "Do it before I turn into one of those undead monsters." "Captain Lu, just let me reunite with Li Luo." Please. Faced with that desperate final plea, Lu Fei was torn completely apart. Gritting his teeth, he raised his blade. "Forgive me," he cried. The guilt has been eating Lu Fei alive ever since. "Everyone keeps telling me she wouldn't blame me," he mutters. "But the reality is, I'm the one who took her life with my own 2 hands. Chang Kong pats his shoulder, trying to ease the pain. "Don't blame yourself, Captain. We all made an oath. We never let a squad mate turn into a zombie." Lu Fan looks up, his expression heavy. "I need to go visit her grave. Could you guys take me there?" Later that afternoon, Route 78 of the far north. They stand before the twin graves of Li Luo and Shen Tai. Chang Kong sighs. "Shen Tai, look who finally came to see you." Lu Fei steps back, giving him some space. "Take your time and talk to her, Lu Fan. We'll wait for you over by the ridge." "Thanks." Lu Fan kneels down by the headstones. "Sister Shen Tai, brother Li Luo. I'm here. I never imagined our last goodbye was actually going to be forever. If it wasn't for that cursed ancient god, so many of their brave comrades wouldn't have had to die such meaningless deaths. Shen Tai wouldn't be buried here. If only there was a way to completely end this nightmare before that dark god fully awakens." Lu Fan calls out to his dragon mentally. "Hey, let me ask you something. If it's still asleep, can we just slice it up right now? Answer me." But the demon-devouring Dragon King instantly crushes that hope. "You honestly want to assassinate an ancient god while it is still completely asleep? Stop dreaming." But Lu Fan is fiercely confident. "We literally teamed up and slaughtered the bone god last time. Why wouldn't it work again?" The Dragon King sighs, explaining the lore. An ancient god exists in 2 distinct states, absolute slumber and fully awakened. While asleep, they are literally invincible existences. Sure, they can't move or launch attacks, but they also take absolutely 0 damage from anything you throw at them. The only reason we managed to slaughter that bone god before, it had already partially awakened from its deep slumber. Lu Fan groans in pure frustration. So we just have to wait for it. The Dragon King warns him once fully awake, it's terrifyingly powerful. It has fully accumulated its dark energy now. When it rises, only a true Dragon King level beast could even hope to survive a fight against it. Lu Fan refuses to let it go, clinging to hope. Are you seriously telling me there's no other way out? The Dragon King speaks calmly. We cannot kill the god itself, but its personal mount, I might actually have a plan to hunt that down. Lu Fan looks totally confused, and honestly so are we. Wait, what mount? The dragon smirks. That giant blood moon you humans are always screaming about. While the ancient god is still deeply asleep, I will go butcher its mount first. If we actually pull this off, the god's overall power will be severely crippled when it wakes up. Lu Fan's eyes gleam with resolve. If that's true, then please. Make your move now and destroy that mount beneath the blood moon. But the Dragon King shuts that down. Do not assume things are that simple. This mount is a terrifying, extraordinary beast. If it fully wakes up, even all 4 of your powerful domain dragons fighting together might get completely wiped out by it. Lu Fan is stunned. It's genuinely that ridiculously strong, the dragon scoffs. If it wasn't insanely powerful, how could it possibly serve as an ancient god's mount? To actually execute it, you absolutely need a Dragon King level powerhouse. Now I do possess the raw power to slaughter it. But my strength isn't fully recovered yet. If we wake it now, I might actually lose that fight. Lu Fan starts getting really anxious. Then, what exactly is our next move? Just looking at the chaotic state of the Blood Moon's core right now, both of them are going to wake up very soon. Once that happens, stopping them is basically going to be impossible. The Dragon King calculates the odds. I can definitely destroy it. All right, you and I are jumping right back in. Her condition to restore full power. The seed of life is ripe. If he can get her just one, her wounds will heal in no time flat. Once she is fully recovered, dealing with this ancient god's mount should be a breeze. Lu Fan is instantly on edge. What is she plotting now? Fima just taunts him. What is wrong? Do you not want me to drop this Dragon King feud and actually help you fight the ancient god? Are you really going to hold back a single seed of life? He thinks it over. Right now, only the Fima Dragon King has the raw power to destroy the Blood Moon's true form. He totally has to rely on her insane strength. There is zero other choice here. Lu Fan finally caves in. I will give you the seed of life, but I have one major condition. She listens closely. What kind of condition? Let me hear it. He tells her plain and simple. We wait until my 2 remaining summoning chances are completely used up. After the contract is finally erased, you cannot kill me, and you definitely cannot touch my dragon pets. Hearing this bold demand, she actually bursts out laughing. Hands on her hips, she fires back. You actually need my personal guarantee for this. Are you really that naive? Not naive, just calculated, Lu Fan replies. We both need this deal to happen. Hearing that, she actually stops and thinks about his terms very seriously. She agrees. Fine, you have my word. But whether you really trust this guarantee is entirely on you. With that said, she instantly transforms into a blinding beam of light. When he returns, Lu Fei asks, "Are you done here?" He simply nods back. "Yeah, we can get moving." Chang Kong chimes in. "Let us go see the commander." He leads our guy over and Tu Jing happily throws an arm around his shoulder. "Kid, why didn't you give me a heads up before showing up here?" Lu Fan smoothly replies, "Well, I just wanted to give you a genuine surprise, did I not? Plus, he brought a gift. Specially delivered 100-year-old aged wine." He tells the commander to drink it slowly and savor every drop. Zero hesitation. He pops the bottle open and takes a massive gulp. Tu Jing looks so refreshed. Great wine. Hits the spot perfectly. "Did they take you to see Shen Tai yet?" "Yeah, I already went and said my goodbyes to her," Lu Fan replies. The commander pats his shoulder. Life and death separations are just completely normal inside the military camp. Things are actually quite peaceful right now. But if the fallen corpse ancient god wakes up, this kind of tragedy will only multiply. I really hope this does not affect you too much. Lu Fan answers dead serious. It does not. If I had to say it did, it just makes me want to get incredibly strong. Strong enough to completely wipe this ancient god garbage right off the face of the earth. Stick with me here, this mindset changes everything. Tu Jing loves his attitude. Seeing you think this way makes me glad. Lu Fan pulls out a beat-up notebook. I actually have this adventurer's diary right here, and it specifically mentions the ice dragon. I really need your help confirming the exact coordinates written inside. He happily flips through the pages. The falling star ice lake again. This lake is easily one of the most insanely dangerous spots in the extreme north, featuring a completely unique meteor shower phenomenon. If you get hit by one, it deals massive explosive damage that totally ignores your defenses. It is incredibly fatal. Curious, he asks, can we just go around? Tu Jing replies, the lake is endless. You just have to force your way straight through it. But I actually have a solution. Chang Kong, get in here. He steps inside and salutes. Commander 2. Officer Lu. Right inside the Lion Legion's camp in Tu Jing's office, he introduces Chang Kong. He is an elite reconnaissance expert who has successfully guided squads straight through the falling star ice lake multiple times. He politely bows. It is an absolute honor. The commander gestures right toward Lu Fan. This is the kid Lu Fan, the very same one who helped the Dragon Nation win their massive national trial. He wants to head to the falling star ice lake, so you will guide him. But a trip like this absolutely requires an armed escort squad covering him. The manpower is already prepped. Squad 78 assemble right now, and guess what? Chang Kong is in this squad too. Tu Jing barks the order. You four will guard Lu Fan for the entire journey, safely escorting him right through the falling star ice lake. They speak up excitedly. Cannot believe we get a junior joining our mission. Yes, sir, we guarantee success. Chang Kong smiles brightly at him. Did you hear that? This time I am the one protecting you. Junior Lu Fan smirks. That is exactly what I was hoping for. Tu Jing wishes them a fully victorious return. They all leave the room one by one. Exactly one day later at the Lion Legion camp, Lu Fei reports in. Lu Fan, everything is completely ready, we can move out whenever you are. He answers politely. Sorry for all the trouble, Captain Lu. He laughs it off casually. What trouble? Looking back when we first crossed this dangerous snowfield together, everyone honestly thought you were just some rich kid coming here to show off. Time really flies fast. Lu Fan completely agrees. Yeah, in the blink of an eye, it has almost been a full year already. Chang Kong walks right beside him. Who could have ever guessed that the little Dragon Tamer who just hit his second-class advancement would become an untouchable hero to us now? Are you changing the subject again? All right, senior, please stop making fun of me like that. He just laughs out loud. What is there to be embarrassed about here? I will never forget how you saved me and Shen Tai back then. Someone overhears and gets curious. Senior Lu's legendary deeds. Come on, senior, you have to tell us. Yeah, when Senior Lu went on his very first mission, was he just like us right now? Palms sweating, totally nervous out of his mind, right? Chang Kong starts reminiscing. Rather than just being nervous, it was definitely more like extreme caution. We were perfectly surrounded by beasts. Everyone thought it was game over. You and I can feel the pure tension they felt right then. You and I are about to see something wild. This kid rides a dragon solo into the beast horde, drops one sentence, and completely slaughters the ice monsters. Crisis instantly eliminated. The team is absolutely stunned. He just hit his second awakening, and he is already this overpowered Senior Lu Fan, just smiles awkwardly. Hey, senior, just stop talking. Captain Lu Fei completely smacks him upside the head. All right, save the chatter for the road. Getting serious, he orders everyone to mount up. The entire squad takes to the skies on their flying beasts. Later that afternoon, high above the far north clouds, Lu Fei warns them. Watch out for invisible snow moths and hidden beasts looking for an ambush. The squad instantly tightens their formation. Lu Fan immediately takes the lead. Captain Lu, leave this to me. The squad watches in shock as he steers his massive dragon straight up into the open sky. His dragon lets out a deafening roar, sending shockwaves everywhere. The team realizes it is Senior Lu Fan's dragon. The heavy pressure is absolutely insane, and the energy readings are completely off the charts. The system pops up. Black Dragon Perception detects enemies hiding in stealth. When activated, this broken skill completely strips away the camouflage from every single hostile target hiding in the surrounding area. He spots them instantly. Nice hiding spot. Xiao Ye now. Xiao Ye unleashed a massive fire blast. The skill All Things Incinerated activates the Destruction Dragon. Flaps its wings, unleashing 4 massive blazing fire tornadoes that deal absolutely devastating damage to any target caught inside. Part 2 hits. The dragon gathers those flaming tornadoes into one earth-shattering explosion. The level 85 snow moths are instantly vaporized in a sea of fire, along with a level 85 sky-hunting zombie lion. Lu Fan casually reports the path is clear. Time to keep moving forward. Lu Fei is stunned. One strike wiped them all out. Chang Kong smiles in awe. That is our junior. 1 year later, and his power is just getting scarier. Later that evening at the edge of Falling Star Ice Lake, he looks completely surprised. So this is the Falling Star Ice Lake, someone nods. Yeah, look down there. Massive spheres floating around completely wrapped in sparking lightning. One teammate points out the stardust turbulence above the lake. Trying to fly through that mess, it causes constant mana drain and completely messes with your mind. Flying across is impossible, so we just have to walk right across the ice surface. Those are falling star crystals. Some are totally safe but get too close to the unstable ones. Boom. They trigger a massive chain reaction, and nobody survives that blast. Lu Fan sighs. Chain explosions are so annoying. The system reveals these crystals hold massive cosmic energy. The second any living thing gets close, there is a random chance they detonate. One single explosion instantly triggers all the surrounding crystals, dealing absolutely fatal damage to everything nearby. But we have a way out. Lu Fei points. Expert Ho, we are relying on you. Ho smiles confidently. Do not worry, my class skill analyzes the blast probability so we can dodge them perfectly. His material analysis skill completely exposes the core essence of any target. It perfectly reads structural integrity, current energy states, chemical makeup, and every single hidden property of inanimate objects. It works best on highly stable or intensely energetic items. Chang Kong smirks. See that? Expert Ho has successfully guided teams through here before. He knows exactly which spheres are duds. One glance, and he spots the dangerous ones. Yeah, it is a slightly slow process, but it guarantees 100% absolute safety. But here is the thing you and I know about Lu Fan: he hates slow pacing. If he just detonates every unstable crystal right now, clearing the path becomes insanely fast. Xiao Fei uses her Emerald Mirror skill to scout ahead. She follows his exact orders. The Emerald Mirror targets an ally and instantly creates 2 perfect replica projections. These clones copy every single skill from the original ally, packing 30% of their base stats. Only 2 projections per unit can exist at the exact same time. But because they have a dragon bloodline, that powerful mirroring effect is actually doubled. Xiao Fei transforms into a dragon glowing with bright green energy. Suddenly, 5 more dragons appear. They unleash a massive earth-shattering roar. The entire team stares in absolute shock. Senior Lu Fan's dragon just multiplied into 5. Lu Fan orders an immediate attack. The 5 dragons unleash streams of blazing magma, pushing forward to deal damage while simultaneously healing themselves. But shockingly, the flames are just instantly deflected. He can barely believe it. Magic attacks are totally useless. Lu Fan pivots immediately. If fire will not work, it is time for pure physical force. He orders them to use fangs and claws. The dragons dive in aggressively, smashing their heavy claws against the giant spheres. But the crystals take absolutely 0 damage. They even try biting them, and still nothing happens. Expert Ho shouts out, totally useless. Summoned clone pets can never trigger the explosion of a falling star crystal. It is impossible. Lu Fan finally realizes the catch. Alright then, I guess we will let you slowly defuse these mines after all. Alright, you and I are jumping right in. He explains that based on current intel, there are 0 shortcuts. It's just the world's law of balance. Combat isn't the only path to survival. There are specific fields and critical missions that actually require non-combat classes like us to step up and handle. Luke thinks to himself. It seems raw strength doesn't just come in one single form. Every single person has their own unique edge. Just because someone isn't built for frontline combat doesn't mean they lose their actual value in this apocalypse. A day later at the Starlight Ice Lake camp, Captain Lance gives an update. Expert Howard, it's getting warmer over here. They're all huddled right around the campfire. Howard sits back to rest. The journey here has actually been pretty smooth so far, but he's praying they don't run into a meteor shower. If they get ambushed at the lake center, there's 0 cover. Fresh crystals would completely block off the safe path they just busted their backs to open. Skylar's face drops as he looks up. Expert Howard, you really just had to jinx it. Total panic sets in. The meteor shower is actually happening. Luke immediately orders Faye to throw up the shield. The Eternal Guardian skill instantly activates, generating a massive protective barrier around the entire team. For everyone taking cover under this barrier, the total damage absorption is tied directly to the Eternal One's base hit points along with their natural self-healing capabilities. Completely insane stats. He screams out, everyone stay put inside the barrier. Make sure you keep Expert Howard completely safe. Luke draws his weapon. I will handle the absolute mess going on outside. He draws his bow. There are way too many meteors, and blocking them all in time is totally impossible. Which ones are the actual threats? Howard runs up behind him, calling out for Commander Luke. He points them out quickly. 2 on the front left. Back on the right, target the third one coming from the top. The only reason Howard can call these shots perfectly, he's using his material analysis skill. This crazy skill sees the exact true nature of any target. It accurately breaks down the structural integrity, fluctuating energy states, raw material composition, and hidden properties of non-living objects. It is unbelievably effective against items that have a highly stable physical structure or massive spikes of intensely active energy. Armed with this data, Luke breathes a sigh of relief. This is a massive help. Expert Howard watched this. He fires off the dragon roar. These shots don't consume physical arrows at all. They are pure magic arrows that automatically launch brutal attacks without even needing to charge up. Every normal attack packs a 45% armor-piercing effect, scaling completely off his insane strength and agility stats. Charging it for just 3 seconds triggers the true Dragon Roar arrow, boosting total damage by a ridiculous 500%. Those falling meteors get absolutely shredded. The magic arrows pierce straight into the core of the rocks, setting off a violently massive explosion in the sky. Someone gasps in shock. What just happened? Senior Luke only fired off a handful of arrows. So how did the entire meteor shower just violently explode like that? Skylar figures it out instantly. The arrows Luke fired were perfectly aimed right at the highly unstable crystals. That precision hit triggered a massive chain reaction, taking out the rest. But what really leaves everyone completely speechless is the flawless teamwork between those 2 guys. Expert Howard actually managed to perfectly pinpoint the exact unstable crystals hidden inside a massive chaotic meteor storm, all in just a fraction of a second. And Luke is even more insane. He instantly understood exactly what Expert Howard wanted him to do, and he nailed the exact targets hidden inside that dense cluster of crystals without missing a single millimeter. Now, you and I know first-time teamwork is usually a total mess, but their flawless sync looks like years of dedicated practice. Howard suddenly yells out, "Wave 2 is here, Commander Luke. The numbers are way higher this time." He grins. "Not a problem, Expert Howard. You just keep telling me exactly which ones to hit and leave the shooting to me. Let's finish this right now." Nix, let's go Howard. Instantly reactivates his massive material analysis skill. Luke and Nix unleash an absolute storm of firepower covering the sky. 3 exhausting hours later, the sun finally rises. The brutal battle is officially over. The crew rushes over to celebrate. You and Expert Howard are absolute legends, staying that calm and perfectly synced in such a terrifying nightmare situation. Unreal. My absolute idols. Skylar is completely blown away. Surviving this wild night really just opened my eyes to what real power looks like. Dodging through an apocalyptic meteor storm like that without taking a single scratch. Yeah, I am totally and utterly speechless. Howard respectfully bows his head, calling out to Commander Luke. He extends his hand with a smile and says, "We actually managed to survive that nightmare. This survival is all thanks to your quick decisions and raw strength. Otherwise, days of our grueling hard work would have been completely wiped out instantly. We honestly could have lost our lives." Luke stays completely humble. "Honestly, I'm just extremely lucky. Expert Howard helped me out. Without your incredibly sharp eyes and massive system knowledge, all my elite combat skills wouldn't mean a single thing trying to survive on this deadly ice lake." Howard takes the lead again. "All right, let's keep pushing forward. The opposite shore is finally within our reach." 7 exhausting days later, they hit the edge of Starlight Ice Lake. Howard lets out a massive sigh. "We finally made it out alive." The whole crew celebrates wildly. "We actually made it 7 brutal days of pure survival." Skylar steps up with a reminder. "Junior, our specific mission ends right here. Now it's time to safely escort Expert Howard straight back to the main base." He smiles back. "Got it. This journey was a total grind for everyone." Captain Lance pats him heavily on the shoulder. "From here on out, it's completely uncharted territory. Rumor has it, the weakest mutated beasts in that zone are over level 90. I know you're seriously overpowered, but you have to stay sharp out there." Luke nods confidently. "Don't worry about me, Captain Lance. I definitely know my limits." Howard gives one final warning. "Commander Luke, this is as far as I go. That unknown zone ahead is definitely not a place a support class like me can survive. Now let's see how our guy handles this next challenge." All right, you and I are diving back in. Lu Fan thanks Expert Ho for the massive help. They send our guy off with waves, wishing him a completely safe journey ahead. He figures the Ice Dragon ruins are still 2,000 or 3,000 miles out. So he summons Little Knight and they hit the road. Little Knight activates its Shadow Stealth. This broken ability lets it pop in and out of total invisibility whenever it wants. The crazy part, neither enemy tracking nor taking damage will actually break the stealth mode. 2 hours fly by. They reach the completely unmapped Despair ice field, a pure level 100 danger zone. He glances at the massive ice chunks below. These frozen blocks look exactly like creatures trapped alive in an instant. Clearly, the snow falling around here is seriously cursed with extreme rapid freezing properties. Luckily for Lu Fan, his dragon pets give him an insane bloodline connection. That totally makes him immune to this deadly freezing effect. No wonder the Lion Core totally avoided this wasteland. Here Lu Fan instantly faces the level 100 Icefield White Ghost. Its skill-heavy snowball throwing. It rapidly hurls massive snowballs to attack. This deals heavy physical damage and actually causes a huge knockback effect. Oh, and when those giant snowballs hit, they completely explode, creating a nasty little slowdown zone for any enemies caught nearby. But get this, when their health drops below 60%, a bloodthirsty berserk mode automatically activates, driving them crazy. For 15 seconds, their attack speed shoots up 200%, and every single strike gets a sweet 5% true damage boost. Lu Fan figures this is basically just an upgraded version of the normal snow monsters. Perfect time to test out this level 100 zone and grind some easy experience points. Meanwhile, his system interface shows the Star Annihilation Light skill is fully charging up. This move gathers his entire body's starlight energy into one massive laser beam. It deals absolutely unpredictable damage, completely ignores enemy armor, and basically cannot be blocked at all. The total damage output relies completely on his level and raw strength. A pure surge of starlight blasts into the ice. The snow monsters get completely wrecked by the laser. Lu Fan actually praises the wild efficiency. Having cleared the area, Lu Fan and Little Knight take to the sky. Below them, endless snow monsters keep standing guard. A new prompt shows 39 million heavenly stars. World annihilation is now charging up. The Dragon Tamer halo fully shifts the night sky. His star dragon immediately channels its absolute bloodline power, completely activating the massive star dragon halo overhead. Every 10 seconds, a wild buff triggers. His raw strength attribute literally jumps by 100%. Unused upgrade stacks just drop off, they never carry over. Then the Heavenly Star's World Annihilation instantly summons a massive star core, continuously dividing its raw internal celestial energy. The Star Dragon can literally detonate this final boosted energy, unleashing absolutely terrifying world-ending destruction everywhere. Oh, and the starting number of those primal stars, exactly 39 million. Lu Fan officially levels up to 75. Star Dragon hits 70 and Steel Dragon climbs to 64. Below them, everything is just a pure white wasteland. Suddenly, fresh system data for brand new monsters pops up. Meet the Icefield Red Ghost level 110. Their giant ice throw attack deals physical damage plus nasty burning damage, and they also pack that bloodthirsty berserk passive. Whenever their health drops under 60%, an absolutely insane enraged state automatically triggers. Attack speed rockets up by 300%, and every single hit lands with 10% extra true damage. He is completely stunned right now. Are these really just an upgraded version of the already upgraded monsters? They are literally throwing giant flaming ice boulders, dealing heavy physical impact along with crazy burn damage. Starlight scale armor wraps his defenses in glowing cosmic energy. For a full 60 seconds, it continuously absorbs all incoming damage. The crazy part, when the skill ends, every single enemy in melee range gets hit by that completely absorbed damage. Lu Fan watches these flaming ice blocks crash right into his shield. Wait, an ice-type skill that actually brings literal fire damage. Suddenly, the entire pack of snow monsters turns and runs away. He glances sideways. What could scare them like that? Maybe the Ice Dragon ruins are right nearby. Extremely curious, Lu Fan flies over to investigate. Soon as he lands dead, snow monsters are literally everywhere. He checks the blood trails. These guys died very recently. Something else is actively hunting them out here, but it definitely does not look like dragon attacks. Probably a rare elite or a zone boss. The Black Blade immediately slips into full group stealth. Lu Fan triggers his own shadow stealth, ready to vanish into the shadows or reappear at a moment's notice. And remember, enemy tracking skills or taking random hits won't even break this absolute stealth. A second later he stands on a rocky cliff looking down at a snow monster pack being led by a strange Keelan. The system pulls up its info. Level 120 Ice Crystal Beast. Its Aurora Spiral Slash skill concentrates pure frost power into its horn for an extremely fast armor-piercing charge. Any enemy caught in its direct path takes massive ice attribute damage and gets fully locked down by a devastating deep freeze effect. Its Ice Crystal Domain ability permanently drops a freezing zone over the area. This heavily shreds the movement and attack speeds of any enemies caught inside, coming with a solid chance of completely interrupting all their incoming attacks. While standing inside its own domain, the Ice Crystal Beast passively heals and ignores heavy damage. It drops that freezing domain, but here is where you and I will laugh. This beast naturally loves humans, especially being completely obsessed with pretty girls. Alright, you and I are about to see something wild. This Ice Crystal Beast can be tamed as a mount. Once tamed, it boosts all stats by 70%. Lu Fan smiles to himself. It naturally bonds with humans. The snow monsters roar in the background. Suddenly, the icy beast fires off a massive barrage of twisting aurora spikes. It gathers pure frost energy right on its spiral horn, launching an insanely fast armor-piercing charge attack straight ahead. Any enemy caught in its path takes massive ice damage, plus they get hit with a nasty deep freeze effect. Watch out! Lu Fan realizes something. He can fly, and Xiao Ye has the dragon saddle, but he really does not have his own dedicated personal mount yet. The ice beast definitely notices Lu Fan. And yeah, he knows it is glaring right at him and Xing Chen ready for a fight. He yells to Xiao Ye, do not let it escape. Xing Chen chases after it, dropping his stealth camouflage completely. Xiao Ye and Xing Chen block its path. Fire builds up in Xiao Ye's jaws. Boom! An explosive magma breath erupts, igniting the entire area around the target and creating a giant boiling lava pool. Any target trapped in that lava pool sinks deep into the molten rock, taking continuous heavy burn damage. Then comes the epic Starlight Annihilation. Xing Chen channels all his astral energy into one blinding laser beam, dealing absolutely unpredictable, massive damage to anything. It completely ignores enemy defense and cannot be blocked. The final damage entirely depends on the user's level and raw power. Two brutal blasts of ice and fire crash toward the beast. Watching it dodge, he is genuinely amazed it survived two dragons, truly worthy of a level 120 true beast. Then he gives the next command. Xiao Ye shifts into World Destroyer form. Release your pressure and lock it down. Xiao Ye starts charging up more firepower. The massive black dragon constantly radiates a terrifying aura everywhere, easily inflicting deep fear-rooting and heavy stun effects on all enemies trapped inside its huge radius. It lets out a deafening roar, spreading the heavy pressure outward. System update: stun effect added. Fear effect added. Root effect added. Once the Ice Crystal Beast is completely paralyzed and trapped, Lu Fan finally drops down to the ground. He slowly steps forward. Got it. Now he just needs to approach carefully. Lu Fan soothes it. Do not be afraid, I will not hurt you at all. Good boy, do not panic. Follow me and become my mount. System prompt: the stun effect has ended. The fear effect is over. As the root effect wears off, the beast whinnies and violently kicks its hooves up. He hastily dodges backward. Damn it, he was so close. It naturally likes humans, so how could he fail this badly? Makes no sense. Is it because he is a guy? It prefers humans, but especially beautiful girls. Fine, if that is how it is, he will bring it to the ladies. Power starts gathering in the palm of his hand. Suddenly, a glowing teleportation portal opens up right in front of it. Territory teleportation active. A lord can open or close a portal back to their main base whenever they want. Casting takes 10 seconds. And only one territory portal can exist at a time. The Ice Crystal Beast just bolts straight through the glowing gate. Let's see where he sent it, shall we? Over at Heavenly Fortune Island, the girls are playing beach volleyball. Han Ke brings a fruit platter. Come taste this. Freshly cut fruit for everyone. Chin Chu smiles brightly. Thanks, Sister Han. She runs over to Xiao Man. That fall hurt, right? She replies, no worries, Jian Ying is just way too strong. I have never actually beaten her before anyway. Suddenly, the teleportation portal appears. The Ice Crystal Beast dashes out with Lu Fan running right behind it in hot pursuit. You are not getting away this time? Xiao Man gasps in shock. What is that? He throws the ninja sickle to catch it. Both of the beast's legs get wrapped up by the sickle. Han Ke and Xiao Man curiously ask Lu Fan, what exactly is going on here? Why did you bring a fierce monster back? Chu steps closer to look. Something this pretty probably is not a monster, right? He admits she is right. It is a rare beast you can tame as a mount, and it naturally bonds easily with human beings. Ke bends down and gently touches its face. It looks like a unicorn. It seems incredibly gentle. Lu Fan laughs. I still have not tamed it, but it prefers pretty human women. So I brought it here to see if any of you could successfully tame it. The other two girls look surprised. It actually has a trait for liking pretty girls. Then let me show off my charm. I really want an exclusive mount like this. He invites her. Well, then go ahead and give it a try. Ke is happily getting licked by the creature. This naughty kid is drooling everywhere. Xiao Man sighs. Looks like I was a step too late. Chu swoons. It is just like a puppy. Jian Ying comes over. A horse that acts like a dog. Lu Fan thinks, yep, of course it takes a beautiful girl to win it over. You and I totally saw that coming. Seeing half its body fade, Ke gasps. It vanished. System prompt ice crystal beast successfully tamed. She shares the big news. Lu Fan, I think it acknowledged me as its master. The beast officially belongs to Ke now. He urges her excitedly. Really, auntie? Hurry up and try to summon it. A bright light flashes on Ke's forehead. Good boy, listen to my call. Seeing the beast appear, she happily praises her new companion. What a good boy, you really are so smart. As it lifts her into the air, Ke gently reminds it, slow down a bit, buddy. He secretly rejoices. Absolutely awesome. Auntie finally has her very own exclusive mount. Not only does this mean way faster travel, but she also gets the massive stat boost from a level 120 ice crystal beast. No more stressing about random monster attacks now. Xiao Man watched with pure envy. I want to fly too, she blurted out. Lu Fan just smiled. If you guys really love the ice crystal beasts, I can head back to the Despair ice field and hunt for more. The two girls lit up instantly. Really, but aren't these ultra-rare beasts practically impossible to track down? That is absolutely amazing. Both of them were overflowing with pure gratitude. He quickly reassured them. No need to panic. The journey to the Ice Dragon ruins is massive. There has to be more than one ice crystal beast out there. Once I catch them, I will bring them straight to Heavenly Blessing Island, so everyone gets their own mount. What is it, Xiao Ye? Is there another mountain giant still fast asleep down there? Down in the frozen crater, several ice crystal beasts suddenly appeared. Seeing this little group, Lu Fan was absolutely stunned. Who would have thought an entire ice crystal beast nest hidden right beneath the permafrost? Turns out these majestic creatures actually build their lairs deep inside underground caves. Lu Fan instantly flew down toward them, a huge grin on his face. And to think, he was actually worried about not finding any more of these beasts on his journey. Honestly, he really owed that mountain giant a massive thank you for this. Making up his mind, Lu Fan called out, Xiao Ye Xing Chen, stay right here and wait for me. Whatever you do, absolutely do not provoke them. Lu Fan touched down right in front of the beast pack. Reaching out a hand, he kept his voice soft. Do not panic, I am just taking you to your new masters. Hearing those words, the two massive adults were clearly not happy, letting out aggressive warning growls. Meanwhile, the tiny babies hiding behind them just stared at Lu Fan in total confusion. Seeing their hostile reaction, a super sly smirk crossed Lu Fan's face. He tried to calm them down, telling them not to worry at all. The blade armor sickle instantly launched a wicked hook. It deals massive piercing damage right into the target forcefully, dragging the victim straight back to the attacker in a flash. Right as the system alert faded, Lu Fan whipped out heavy chains, completely binding the beast's legs in seconds. I promise I am not going to hurt you, he told them. A second later, he tossed them straight into the glowing teleportation portal. Time to go, he laughed. All right, you and I are shifting scenes back to Heavenly Blessing Island, down at the hot spring beach. In one single day, our guy successfully captured 2 adults and 3 babies, 5 beasts total. After meeting up with Jian Ying and Qin Chu, those 2 wild adult beasts were effortlessly tamed by the girls in record time. The system interface immediately flashed, confirming that the first beast officially belonged to Jian Ying, and the second beast, bound to Qin Chu taming. Those 2 powerful adults, the girls enthusiastically flapped into the sky, right alongside Auntie. Absolutely wild. All 3 of them soared through the clouds on their new rides, having the time of their lives. But down on the ground, Xiao Man was the only one left without a mount. Squatting in the dirt, she sadly poked at the sand with her fingers. I am the only one left out. This is so completely unfair. Do I seriously just lack that special feminine charm or something? Hearing her dramatic complaint, Lu Fan could only facepalm hard. He just let out a heavy sigh, completely speechless. Right at that moment, an adorable baby beast waddled straight up to Xiao Man. It let out a few soft chirps, desperately trying to get her attention. Seeing this, her eyes completely softened. "Hey there, little guy, do you want to play with me?" The tiny beast immediately responded by affectionately rubbing its icy little head against her leg. Her cheeks flushed bright red in pure shock. "Wait, is this happening?" Yep. The system screen instantly popped up, confirming the little creature was officially tamed. Lu Fan stared in total disbelief as the baby beast submitted to her just like that. "Hold on a second," he blurted out. "That actually counts as taming." Xiao Man was absolutely glowing with joy. Scooping the tiny creature off the dirt, she hugged it tight, completely unable to hide her massive smile. "I successfully tamed it. Now I finally have my very own mount." Well, more like a pet. The majestic beast now officially belonged to Dao Xiao Man. Lu Fan slowly strolled over, casually resting his hands on his hips as he looked down at her. "That thing is way too tiny to ride. You will definitely have to treat it as a regular pet for now. You better pour your whole heart into raising it right." Still happily playing with her new friend, she fired right back. "Relax, I'm just thrilled to finally have my very own adorable battle pet to take care of." Right on cue, Hanke King Chu and Jian Ying finally touched back down on solid ground. Spotting the other two unassigned babies lying exhausted on the sand, completely drenched in sweat, Qin Qiu quickly called out in absolute panic. "Lu Fan, look at them. These last two babies do not look good at all. I think they are severely overheating." Hearing the alarm in her voice, he spun around. The climate here on Heavenly Blessing Island must be way too warm. This environment is completely toxic for creatures made of pure ice. "It really looks like extreme heat stroke," Qin Qiu muttered. "This is seriously bad." Dropping straight to her knees beside the struggling babies, Han Kei looked up with pure panic in her eyes. "What are we supposed to do? Xiao Fan, there is no way we can just let these adorable little guys suffer like this." Without missing a beat, Lu Fan pulled a shimmering scale from his inventory. "Do not worry about a thing, I have the perfect solution. Now, you and I know, this is no ordinary item. That glowing scale belongs to the legendary double-headed dragon. It is absolute proof of trust. From the mythical beast, whoever holds this legendary token is officially recognized as an ally of the winged dragon." Meaning, the massive double-headed dragon will immediately offer assistance whenever the owner calls for help. Lu Fan closed his eyes instantly, reaching out with his mind to send a desperate telepathic call. "Double-headed dragon, you wield the elemental powers of both ice and fire. Return to Heavenly Blessing Island. Immediately, I desperately need your help right now." "All right, you and I are jumping straight into the action." Hearing Lu Fan's summons, the two-headed dragon bursts right out of a massive portal. The giant beast laughs loudly, roaring, "You finally remembered my absolute greatness, huh? Just as we promised. You called my name, and here I am." Lu Fan just holds up the glowing scale in his hand and shouts back, "Use your ice element. Turn the entire northern plain of Shadow City into a frozen wasteland, changing the terrain with my ice magic." "That's child's play," the giant dragon quickly replies. Right on cue, one of its massive heads opens wide, blasting out an absolute blizzard of freezing snow and frost over the land. The second head quickly chimes in, glaring right at Lu Fan. "And I can help you scorch the rest of this island into a bubbling sea of pure boiling lava." Ice and fire at the same time, Lu Fan instantly shouts out a hard pass. "Yeah, no thanks." Within seconds everywhere, the dragon blasted with its icy breath completely freezes over, instantly transforming the ground into thick solid layers of pure ice. Just like that, a massive frozen wasteland is born. The glowing system screen pops right up. Territory name Tianfu Island Level 2. Territory area 4.38 square kilometers. Location: Black Sand Sea Zone 3. The brand new icefield expansion has been successfully constructed and registered. Qin Qiu and Xiao Man are absolutely stunned. Jaws practically hitting the floor, they both say in unison, "It actually turned into a real ice field." The giant dragon smirks, totally full of itself. Too easy. Cut to nighttime. The Despair Ice Field. A harsh zone filled with snow-covered mountains and freezing valleys. After sorting everything out for the rest of his crew, Lu Fan finally arrives at this location alongside Xiao Ye and Xing Chen. As they soar straight through the dark night sky, Lu Fan gives a quick warning. Xiao Ye, stay on high alert for threats. She flashes a quick thumbs up, showing she has it totally covered. He thinks back to earlier that afternoon, when he said his goodbyes. Qin Qiu and Han Kei were still happily soaring around the sky without a single care. Qin Qiu had been loudly shouting, "Sister Han, slow down a bit. Down below, Xiao Man was hugging an adorable little ice crystal beast. She smiled brightly at Lu Fan, promising, "I'll take great care of these guys. Don't worry." Jian Ying had also given him some serious advice back then. The Dragon King ruins are definitely going to be extremely dangerous. Watch your back out there. Just remembering his friends like that instantly gives Lu Fan a massive boost of motivation. He rockets straight ahead, totally fired up. Alright, next step, I just need to fly completely clear of the Despair ice field and will finally locate the Ice Dragon ruins. Xiao Ye and Xing Chen stay right on his tail, following closely behind.